it's connecting. Oh, okay. I think we're on the internet.
Hey,
Hello,
Internet.
Internet.
Hi.
Yeah. Let me kick in some music from last time. Not that one. Was it this one? Or is it this one? Let's go with this one. Wait for this to kick in. There we go. Okay. So, where we left off last week. Our party has returned back to Anda to essentially save it from an extraplanar threat. Um, the demonic horde that they have been more or less working against for the past little over a year has finally reached this culmination where they are attacking the plane directly. Um, so, the party arrived at Lyriel, where their journey initially began, and found that it was under assault. Jumping in with some of their newfound, or not newfound, but allies from their recent past, they were able to push back the small group of demons that had begun pouring out of Lyriel itself. They learned that there was a resistance building up in the nearby city of Stillborn, and it was currently under siege. So they headed up with their not insignificant, but still relatively small group of mercenaries and friends up to Stillborn itself in order to help out this resistance and possibly gain some more allies for what is likely the final push towards Ardor, where the Horde is currently attacking. Finding the city under siege, they snuck in using a well-timed teleport device. And once inside, went down to the commander's barracks and pitched a plan where the demonic horde would be able to push back. And thus did they defend the fortress while their allies in the field helped cut through the enemies that were pounding on the gates. It's a relatively fierce encounter with Laffy and Bran upon the walls, making sure that nobody was able to come up the walls and take out stragglers, while Mist and Ren took care of the things trying to come in the front gate. Ren doing what Ren does, jumped down and was kind of insane. And at the end of it,
What she
yeah, by the end, when things had started to get more than hairy, Bran used a well-timed fear spell on basically everything, causing the enemies at the gates to flee, and all of the enemies that had gotten inside of the fort to flee. There was a nearby, group of explosive barrels conveniently placed next to a brazier that was currently on fire. One of the orcs that had been inflicted with the fear spell ran, hit the brazier, and it tipped over onto the explosive barrels and took out the rest of the people inside of the gates. At this point, they had a quick moment to take a breath, and Laffy looked out and noticed that a big portal had just opened up in the field, and this giant black swarm that looked almost like cockroaches, at least from the distance she was at, swarmed out of this portal and joined the assaulting force of their own to push back the rest of the army and break them. As she sat there watching this, suddenly she was racked with pain and fell to the floor. When she tried to look back again, her nose started bleeding and she was in even more pain. Everyone except Ren, I think, and Bran. So just Mist tried to look out of curiosity and also took damage. So, Bran, you know what that is, right?
Does Bran know what that is?
I mean, Mist was the only one that saw it. She
Bran
described-
attempted to look.
Okay, yeah, Bran, you have a good idea of what hurts people that comes out of portals just by looking at it. And has blades for hair and is just
really
this giant
tall woman.
Yeah. Just a giant woman.
Yeah.
Um,
Bran's very confused right now because this goes against what he was told.
And your old friend Aaliyah is up on the walls with you guys. She's not quite how you remember her.
Looking remarkably more undead.
Yes.
Yeah.
Her skin is
Yeah.
like this tight gray. Her eyes are this greenish yellow, and they glow just slightly. And she's smiling with you guys, and leans down and wipes a bit of the blood off your under your nose, Laffy, and she just, don't look. Just don't look. Just don't look. It's bad.
It's a little late for that.
Don't look again. We don't want you dying.
I really don't want to.
Yeah.
So
Sometimes I
yeah.
just gotta say things, just to make sure. Never know with you.
Suffice to say, I have a lot of questions right now.
I also have a lot of questions.
Likewise.
As is
Yeah,
proper.
questions are definitely a thing.
As is proper. I will likely have the answers for you. We should likely not speak while there's that fire raging in the distance. And, you guys look over, and the barrels are still totally on fire. There's still a bunch of, minor explosions happening.
Maybe we should do something about that.
Well, I can't put it out.
I also
Yeah, me
can't
neither.
do that.
Bye. Me neither.
I mean, we could do it manually instead of magically, by getting water.
Where would the water be? I don't.
He looks down at the courtyard and tries to see one of the soldiers.
One of them, catches your look and looks up at you. What?
So, how are we going to put out the fire?
We're figuring that out right now.
Well,
Right.
I guess they're on that.
Aaliyah just shrugs and, right, let's head outside of the walls a little bit. And she just jumps down off of the wall and walks out of the gate like it's nothing.
So, nothing's out there still,
No.
right?
We'll make a perception check.
Okay. I mean, Mist has already looked out there, so she's
Yeah.
stupid and she's curious.
Yeah. Well, okay. You're just looking down and not, directly out, correct?
She's sort of looking as far as she can, I guess sort of you know where the sun is to not look at it. but
Okay,
you can
so,
still look
yeah.
at the sky.
She's not
Yeah.
looking at the thing that hurt her.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
not directly.
That's fine. Yeah, go ahead and roll perception then.
21.
Okay, yeah, you look out, and you do see a few, orcish things and demons, running towards the, let me actually change the map over to this. You see some of the orcs running over to the position that you guys were aiming them towards, which is over here-ish. And it's hard to see, but there's, they're rather far off at this point. And, you do see this giant force of, again, it looks like glittering cockroaches mixed in with, the shapes that you can recognize, and the giant white dragonborn leading it, is Kolthresh. But other than that, you're clearly not in any immediate danger if you go outside.
Okay. Alright. Yeah. Mist is just well, it looks like things are going according to plan, with, some added allies. So jumping down seems fine to me. Mist. Yeah, if Aaliyah jumped over, then Mist is just,
It's about 60 feet down.
I mean, she doesn't have a problem. She has constant feather falls.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay, yeah.
So
Fair,
she's
fair.
does anyone want to come with me?
Bran's gonna take the non-leg breaking way down.
Okay. Yeah, there is a way just to get down.
I'm pretty sure Ren is already down there.
Yeah.
Because
No, Ren got,
No, remember,
Mist
Ren got
dropped
pushed back
Ren,
one.
yeah. Mist grabbed
right.
Ren before she
Right.
exploded.
Right, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ren's gonna, acrobatics her way down.
Lofty,
Alright.
you want to come with me?
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh no. Damn it.
Oh
Oh,
wait.
no, there we go.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Good. Good.
Yes, please take me with you in your strong mage
Well,
arms.
she falls on her face.
Oh my god.
Alright, yeah, Ren...
Miss-
Luffy points at Ren and she's like, this is why.
Yeah, so Ren, like, you're hopping down, and you hop onto, like, the roof nearby, and you're walking and your foot catches on a shingle and you just slide down, and it's just like, oh, poof, poof. Like, you hit your head up against the back of the roof, and then you just sprawl out on the floor.
Yeah.
You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
Alright. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mist,
Oh.
like, picks
Okay,
up
I'm gonna feel
Laffy,
that in the morning.
levitates a little, and then just kind of feather falls down with
Uh,
her.
Saint actually starts floating too,
Hey,
and like
yeah.
he doggy paddles through the air.
Yeah, Miss is like, hey, you can do it too. Excellent.
He wags his tail really hard, and he kind of goes up a little bit when he wags his tail really hard.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Miss goes down with Saint.
Okay.
Ren kind of squints a little as she sees this, like she's wondering how hard she actually hit her head.
Okay, so you're all on the floor. One of you in worse shape than the others, but you know, it's still all relative at this point.
She picks herself up, dusts herself off.
So Aaliyah's just waiting outside the gates, leaning up against the wall, and she looks out to the field, and where it was, you know, originally kind of like nice green grass, it's all churned up dirt, dust. It looks like, you know, the field of battle, and there are bodies strewn across it, like the occasional like moan of a dying individual. It's not happy by any means. It's a very bad place right now. And she just stares out and doesn't say anything, and sighs and looks back to you guys, and sorry we were late.
So you came with them?
Ah, yeah. You could say that. Well, my title's the Harbinger of Pain, but I am kind of her messenger.
Oh, so wait, that Harbinger of Pain, that was the Lady of Pain. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, yeah. That's the lady, and she looks and points, but then you guys don't look. But yeah, that's her.
I mean, I did
Yeah.
once, but I believe you.
Okay, you know, just making sure. But yeah,
Can't think of anything else that makes my brain explode just by looking at it.
Oh, there are. Never mind. But so we left you on that ship, Aaliyah. Do you remember that?
I remember that. And then I remember waking up in a very strange place. Looking like this, and she gestures to herself. And I was trying to find my way, and then one of the children took me to her. And one thing led to another, and here I am, now her voice. Because if she speaks, you just die. I've seen some shit, and just... She's not gonna speak, I'm gonna speak.
I understand.
Yeah.
Believe me.
Okay.
But that's really intriguing. You just. So.
Yeah, intriguing wouldn't really be the word I would use, but continue. Ren says as she walks up.
You and her and all of them are here to help with this.
Oh, of course. And at this point,
I
the
thought they
giant...
came to Sigil.
She just shrugs, and it's a bit of a
That's what I
story. Let's just say, don't cross the lady.
Fair.
And at this point, your force is wheeling back around, and Colthresh pulls up a few, you know, a good few dozen feet away from you guys. And he's trotting up on his feet. He just, didn't you know you guys were bringing the cops?
We didn't either.
Either.
I mean, we did tell you it was rather important, did we not?
And he just looks behind him and shrugs. He's like, well, they helped. And
Yeah.
you look back, and sure enough, it's individuals that have the same kind of skin color as Aaliyah, the same glowing eyes, but they're clad in this bulky, black, glistening, obsidian-looking armor with these giant wicked weapons over their shoulders, and some of them are clearly covered in blood. And they're not joking amongst themselves like an army might, they're just kind of solemn and quiet.
Yeah.
And off in the distance, you do feel this like ominous sort of presence, and you're just, that's where she is. Don't look.
Fluffy is not looking.
And at this point, some of the humans are starting to filter out from Stillborn. And Nalia she points to a few of them. You lot, go tell your men you're safe and not to look westward. Just don't look westward. And one of them quirks his eyebrow and looks and just starts screaming and clutches his head and goes, yes, ma'am, oh, oh. She just shrugs. Yeah, that's what happens.
Mist is grinning way more than she probably should be.
Anyway, she looks up at the sky like she's trying to gauge the time by the sun, and we're later than we thought. Unfortunate. Well, you guys did a wonderful job.
But thank you. You did too.
Oh, well, that's my thing. Anyway, I do come bearing news from the lady.
Oh, excellent.
Good news or bad news?
News. Sigil's decided to get involved with this conflict.
Okay.
The city of Ardor is close to falling, and thus we are going to be joining you on the march. We'll be marching quickly. And... well, again, don't cross the lady. It seems that that Balon played a bit of a trick on her and spread the rumor that she made a deal with him.
Yeah, we heard that.
I can't imagine she's very happy about that.
And she takes a moment like she's listening and winces, and she's really not.
I
Oh.
can imagine.
I'm just glad it was a rumor and a lie and not,
As
true.
am I.
Yeah.
All things considered.
Right, Ardor is, again, in peril, and we'll be joining you on the march. However, we need to wait a little bit longer.
Oh.
Yeah, wouldn't really want the lady, at the front of the column.
Oh, no, that's not what we're waiting for. You'll see.
Oh.
Are there more
Leave it
coming?
people.
She just looks at you and grins, and you'll see.
Fluffy's eyes get real big.
It's a good one.
Ren does not look like she likes that answer.
And Elise starts sauntering off, and she's... why don't you introduce me to your friends? We might need to make camp for the night. Ardor's got enough time for that, I think. Rest up.
Hopefully, yeah.
And she wanders off and just starts talking to some of the men. Clapping some on the shoulder. Speaking with Colthresh. Not really engaging with the cops, but the cops aren't engaging with anyone else either.
Fair.
They're very...
Ren briefly turns to look at the party and she's like, I'm never gonna get credit for that move. And she points at the where the army actually was broken on the mountain. She's just like,
Hey,
Bran just,
Well, it was your plan!
Bran just pats her on the shoulder.
I mean, what matters is it worked, right?
no, I really want credit for that. I mean,
when do we ever get credit for anything?
Here's the thing, right? If we get through this, we'll probably get credit for something.
I don't want credit for anything.
Brad can take it. Brad can take all the
Yeah,
credit.
take it all.
I hope we get some
Okay.
kind of credit. I promise to pay half of these people.
I mean, we've already paid half of these people, except for the, well, yeah, okay.
Well, while you guys are talking, Colthresh runs back up and... Whose plan was that? Back there with the mountains.
Mr. Brad.
Ren opens her mouth, closes her mouth, and then she looks at the group and she's like, no one's gonna believe it with my plan.
It
Like,
was
she's
you.
still pointing at Red.
You're right. I don't believe it.
It was though.
It happened.
Huh. Well, good job, fucko.
Wow.
Yeah, you know, can't be too
We're gonna
impressed.
put that on a medal.
Good job, fucko. On a medal.
You know what? I would wear that medal with pride.
Kolthresh just beckons back, and come on, we're getting the camp set up out near the edge of the woods, away from. He looks back out to the broken field, and away from all this. It's
There.
yeah.
Aaliyah over there. She wanted to meet you eventually. Mist points over to where she went.
He stands up straighter so he can see over some of the crowd. And, oh yeah, all right, I'll go talk to her. You said her name's Aaliyah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
The voice of the Lady of Pain.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Okay, not gonna leave her
Harbinger
wait.
of Pain.
Yeah,
She's
Oh, yeah,
very
they-
nice, actually. So
Okay.
We knew her before.
Not gonna leave her waiting. Bye, guys. And
Bye.
he doesn't quite go jogging off, but he's power walking away.
Have
Cracks
fun.
up.
I think so. Get along.
Yeah.
I'm glad that she found a place for herself too.
Yeah.
I was kind of worried when we left her.
I was very worried. I thought that she.
It-
And then Laffy's eyes get really big, and she just starts walking to the edge of the woods.
Okay. Are you guys all just following and walking like the half mile or so?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
guess.
As you guys are walking, Saint is stopping occasionally to nudge some of the injured and heal them up.
Aw.
So he's helping who he
Laffy
can.
helps personally. Laffy waits patiently for Saint to do his thing, and then keeps walking because he doesn't want to leave him behind.
Okay.
Yeah.
He never strays too far from you guys. But yeah, he does heal up a not insignificant amount of people. Helps them get up. So you guys reach the edge of the forest where you do see that camp is being brought up. The sun is beginning to set. It's kind of hard to realize that you guys were at this for a full day and only one day.
Yeah.
Laffy is gonna look for Elame. She's not necessarily gonna go up to her, but she's like, "Where is my half elf?"
Okay. Yeah, you go wandering through, and you go around people pitching tents. There's a pavilion being put up. And you're wandering around for a little bit, and eventually you do find her. She's cleaning gore off of her giant battle axe, and she's talking to Jeremiah and Chris. And as you walk up, you just hear like, "Yeah, that was kind of hi, Laffy." And Chris is like,
Hey!
"Hi."
Hey, are you guys hurt? What's
My leg hurts, and Chris sticks out her like tiny stick leg.
Oh my god.
Like, it hurts
Is
a
it
little bit.
injured?
No, it just hurts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm just, in terrible pain. And
Laffy looks at her. She's gonna insight check Chris to see if
Okay.
she's being dramatic.
by all means.
11.
You think she's very seriously injured.
Oh my god.
Laffy picks up Chris and like,
She, ow!
oh no. She's gonna cast Cure Wounds on Chris.
Okay. Yeah, the spell goes off, and Chris is like, "Oh, thanks," and just flutters out of your hand. She comes up and pecks you on the cheek, and ugh.
Yeah, sorry about
It's-
that.
I-
I killed a few minutes
Yeah, I
ago.
didn't think that through. It's fine. And she flies back down to Jeremiah and settles on his back and kind of ruffles into his feathers. And soon enough, all you can see is like her head peeking out from his feathers.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
Delame is just, yeah, she was never mind. What's up?
I was just, you know, checking.
I mean, little bruised, little battered, but we're alive.
Good, I just want to know that you're alive.
Yeah, totally. I'm here. I'm alive. All whole.
Was it difficult? Was it too
No, no.
much?
War was super easy. They don't tell
Well,
you that
I
actually. Like going through and killing hundreds of orcs and they're demons. Yeah, demons, I guess. And minotaurs super easy.
well, yeah, but like I just kill things and I don't really think about it anymore.
Oh,
So,
huh.
yeah. Eventually you
Uh,
lose that and it's really terrible. But good to see that you still have that in you.
wow. Wow. Okay, I'm sorry. Do you want to sit down and talk about it?
No, not really. I feel
Okay.
better for it, actually.
Uh,
I
okay.
mean, it's not like, well, you know what? Never mind. I don't want to get into the morality of it. I'm just making sure that you're not, like, killed or
I'm.
mentally broken.
Oh, that's still to be seen, but you know. That was a joke. That was a joke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna go find my friends now.
Okay.
Take care of yourself.
Trying. So what are the rest of you guys doing?
I don't know. It sort of depends on what everyone else is doing. Mist probably isn't staying by herself because she'll just get lost. So.
Fair. Yeah. What's everyone else doing then?
Ren has found a campfire to sit at and is sitting
Okay.
at it.
Yeah.
Okay, so-
Ren's probably also sat at the campfire.
All right. So yeah, you guys have sat down. Julian has kind of stayed with you guys. It's very clear that he doesn't know who else to go with at this point. Laffy, you trot back up to them, and yeah, you guys are basically surrounded by a war camp. It's not as morose as it could be. Off in the distance, you still feel that really ominous presence, but it's not moving. It's just there. And there's the sound of, people trying to relax after what just happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Buffy
who else
sits
is
down.
sleeping
Is Julian still a wolf?
No, he shifted back.
Oh, okay.
And he is fully clothed. He has this dark black armor, leather armor that's has a few like sheaths for daggers that look like they have the daggers in them. And
Buffy looks at Julian and she's like, "You are awesome. Were you following us that whole time?"
Yeah, following all of you. Yeah, totally.
God damn, you hid even from us.
I mean, you.
not like I can see anything.
Yeah, you weren't looking, so.
Fuck
Yeah.
off, friend. Why don't you just go fuck off, friend?
He is hoping we don't have to do anything like that again.
I think we're going to have to do something like that again at Ardor.
I'd rather not have to sneak through it entire
They're.
army.
By the way, they're talking about Ardor like it's huge. How big is it?
It's very huge.
Do you want me to show you? Because I could show you.
He just looks at you nervously, and I guess.
Okay.
It's about the size of a district of Sigil.
Whoa. Whoa.
Okay.
Oh.
Just clear your mind for a second. Don't freak out. Here's
Okay.
Mist basically shows Julian kind of ardor.
He freaks out.
Does he
Well,
scream?
This happens. Ah! What was?
sorry.
Oh, oh, fuck. That was. Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
we
really
deal
weird
with
the
that
first
all
time
the
she did that to
time.
me too.
I don't like
Ren
that.
pats his shoulder.
Whew. All right. Well, yeah. That.
It is.
Yeah, I do know what that is, and I don't.
It's pretty cool once you get after the initial shock.
I'll believe you.
Nothing.
Anyway.
Although I don't know how we're going to get through the city, considering it's all interconnected with trains.
You know, we're going to probably have to see what's happened to it first.
We'll steal a train.
No, we do have apparently more. I don't know. Aaliyah made it sound like more people were coming. It's possible we might have, like, teleportation ways of getting in there.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know.
Ren-
Julian's
Yeah,
just
right
looking
now.
at all of you. He's just looking kind of wide-eyed and a little scared, but like in the understandable way.
Yeah. We don't really know what's at our disposal right now.
Well,
At our disposal.
yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, good idea out there, Ren, but this seems like it's gonna be a big fucking deal.
I don't doubt it.
Anyway,
We're doing what we're usually doing, and we're trying not to think about it.
Making
Yeah.
it up as we go.
good to know that the big heroes are just the same as the rest of us.
Yeah,
I'm
sort
a
of.
big heroes. Please.
Please, no.
He just gives you all this look and. Alright, yeah.
Well,
just
I'm okay with it.
walk around the. Exactly, Bran. Just walk around the camp and let people see you and see what happens.
Rafi like turns to look and see if like
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ren-
Yeah.
Mrs. Too,
No,
she's
no
like-
one's staring or anything, but you do catch people giving you guys like the occasional glance.
Rafi slowly turns back and like has her hands in her lap and suddenly feels like a little bit uncomfortable.
Julian says, "Yeah, that's probably the proper reaction."
That's a lot of attention.
Well, you know.
It's not like we did anything that. I mean,
You've done a lot.
we've done that much.
Well,
And Ren's like sitting there thinking about it.
yeah.
Julian's just looking at you guys and pushes himself up and, I'm gonna go see what Jeremiah and Chris are up to.
If she make sure she's okay because her leg was hurting real bad.
Okay, I'll make sure she's
I
fine.
healed it, but I don't know
Oh.
if she's gonna be okay in the long run.
I'll make sure she's fine. See you guys. And he walks off quietly.
Ren watches him go.
Okay.
Rafi watches Ren watch him go.
And Mrs. watching both of them.
Like she's watching him go for a really extended period of time.
As you're watching him, he eventually does disappear into the crowd of people.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
lose sight of him.
Once that happens, she turns back.
Nothing. 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 Gosh, why are you so defensive?
Miss starts cracking up.
I'm not defensive. You're defensive.
I'm not being defensive. You're being defensive.
You just both repeated the same thing.
If anything, I'm on the offensive. Wait.
Miss keeps cracking up.
You know what? Never mind.
Saint is just sitting with you, Bran. Just looking at the group kind of skeptically, and he looks up at you. He's just looking at you, like looking for you to provide an answer to what's happening.
Bran just smiles and scratches him behind the ear.
He whines a little bit and puddles down into the ground.
Listen, this is
Does he
ridiculous.
He,
Does he
yeah,
sploot?
he sploots.
Oh my god.
I forgot about that.
Jesus.
Alright, so yeah, nighttime is falling, and someone comes over with like a sack full of food and just, here's your oh, hi, here's your rations.
Oh, hi, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
As he walks off, he looks over his shoulder briefly before continuing to walk. And inside of the sack is like jerky, some, cheeses, some stuff that you could probably cook over the fire if you so desire. Ooh, that rhymed. I hate that.
Hey.
Ren is gonna put together a something to like a cooking.
Okay. Yeah, you put together a little meal. Everyone eats it. It's like from Breath of the Wild, where you just shove some food together, put it over the fire, and ta-da! It's a meal. Yeah.
Mist looks like she's thoughtful, and she's like, Muffy, how big do you think you can make that mansion? Do you think, we could give all the soldiers here something good to eat? Nah.
I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of soldiers.
Yeah.
Luffy is gonna. Well, she doesn't have a door. I don't have a door, so.
Yeah.
Do we need to? Can we set up something like in Stillborn? I think. Be like, hey, everyone come through here. Do you want...
I don't know if I even need a door.
I don't know either.
Let me just see. And Luffy takes out the diamond and like holds it up and sees if she can like make a door happen.
Okay, yeah, you reach up with a diamond and you repeat the motion that you usually do, where you kind of draw like a door in the open air, and sure enough, it looks like kind of a flap of reality opens up for you.
Well, shit.
Ha!
Let me just run inside real quick and see if I can make this thing huge.
Well,
And so
no
Luffy
more,
does that.
no more living in Aurelian's broom closet.
At least
Luffy is
now.
literally just going in and sprinting the fuck around.
Okay, yeah. It's just running around, and every time you run, like, the mansion seemingly expands until it stops. And somehow you know that you can feed up to 100 people at a time.
Hey.
Alright, well, Luffy comes out of the mansion probably because she, like, made some MC Escher door shit and,
Yes.
got in. She comes out and she's like, well, I could feed 100 people at a time, so we could
Oh.
rotate.
That's excellent. Should we
so
go
let's-
around and say that?
Yeah, let me see if I can't organize something. And so Luffy goes to do that, because
Okay.
fucking, sure.
Yeah, you spend
Yeah,
the next
Mr.
hour
Mr.
gathering up, like, the 1,000 to 2,000 men and women that are fighting, or that were fighting. And somehow you get them in an orderly line.
Luffy, like,
Yeah.
like a herd dog that she is.
Yeah. And yes, like, in groups of 100, they go through the mansion, eat a meal, and come out looking very satisfied.
Yeah, Mist is helping. She's probably occasionally hovering up to see, like the people in the back and all that stuff.
Okay. Everyone's being rather well behaved. No one's really putting up a
Luffy
fight.
looks
There's
pretty-
Might have
Pretty
something to do with
satisfied
the
with
fact that
herself.
the Lady of Pain is like looming in the distance.
Everyone's
Oh my god. They're
Uh,
also probably all tired and don't want to start shit.
it's some of the cops
Yeah.
joined the line too, and the native Andans, I guess I didn't think that one through. They kind of side eye the cops and shift away a little bit, but don't cause any ruckus. They just look very confused by these people.
Yeah, if someone gets unsettled, like either Mist or Vathan with Mist voice, which just makes it probably worse. It's just like, it's alright, they're fine.
You do that, and
Luffy
some.
is in the mansion running the kitchen, like running orders and stuff to her invisible servants.
Oh, so does she know they exist now?
She knows that there's something in the kitchen
Okay.
that makes food when she says that food should be made. So she's kind of just like running orders to that.
Okay.
Like this mysterious kitchen.
All right. The spirit of the kitchen itself is seemingly helping Luffy make food. Ow, fuck. Yeah. So the food happens, and it takes about 3 hours total. On top of the hour it took you to gather everyone, so it's about 4 hours later when everyone's fed, and the camp is starting to settle down for the night.
Luffy pointedly does not sleep in the mansion. She like undoes the whole thing once everyone's done and is like, I don't feel right sleeping in the mansion when
No,
everyone's
that's fine.
sleeping outside. Yeah.
That, we'd probably want to keep a lookout anyway.
I don't
Yeah,
mind sleeping out
exactly.
at the start.
maybe one day we'll get a proper use out of. I mean, this was a proper use, but like maybe one day we'll be able to sleep out in the woods in a mansion.
Yeah, eventually, hopefully.
Also known as rich people camping. Okay, so you guys all settle in for the night. Mist, you start your meditation. There are people on watch. You are in a military camp, and soon enough, it's just the sound of the forest and people, just, nighttime war camp sounds. There's the occasional scrape of like metal being sharpened, the murmur of people moving around, the shuffle of people moving along the edges of the camp. By and large, it's quiet and kind of peaceful. So it's an uneventful night. Morning comes with the sounds of a morning in a war camp. It is loud. There's the sound of pans being banged together, the sound of people grumbling and almost screaming their displeasure at being awake.
Mist is probably up first. And
Yeah.
She totally, at first, like, it's not really a prayer, but sort of like a weird offering mutter to some mysterious entity that, she thinks she's connected to before wandering around, kind of seeing what's going on.
Okay. Yeah,
She
so
leaves Vathan behind so she can know how to get back.
good idea. Again, it's a fairly uneventful morning, and eventually Aaliyah walks up to you guys and, alright, we're gonna be setting off here shortly. I take it you're all going to be joining us for our little adventure up north?
Yeah.
You bet we are.
Definitely.
I suppose I
What
should
is-
give you a bit more information first.
Yes.
The
Good.
the plan is, and she looks back up at the sun, actually come with me. I'll show you what the plan is.
Ooh.
Oh, alright.
So you guys follow her to the edge of the woods, and the field is now relatively empty. It looks like people had spent the night or someone had spent the night cleaning it up, moving some of the bodies, healing who they could. Now it's just churned earth. And in the distance, towards where you feel that painful looming presence, out of the corner of your eye, you see this bright blue light, like twirl into existence, and then make this loud humming noise. And out of the corner of your eye, you see this massive portal open. Initially, it is just black in the center with stars dotting everywhere. And then you see little shapes marching out of it. And you keep
Oh
seeing
my
little shapes
God.
marching out of it. And
Ooh.
you keep seeing more shapes marching out of it.
Brand is just watching this with a "I'm impressed" look on his face.
This is
Are all of the
incredible.
masters sending their armies?
Bran, make a perception check.
Brand is making a perception check. As soon as I remember what my perception is. 'Cause I will never remember it, ever.
It's okay, I check my sheet every time. Damn.
Hey.
As Mist asks that, you see the banner of the Lord of Dominion come through. Not the Lord himself, but this bright blue and gold banner is held before this majestic-looking army of creatures in this gleaming white and gold armor atop these winged steeds, marching out, and some are flying above the army that's marching out. And you've only seen them once or twice. You've never seen them in these numbers, and they keep coming. And behind them, things keep coming. Yeah.
Ren looks down and she's like, well, shit, what are they gonna need us for?
Leah just, oh, I think they've got plans for you. Keep looking, though. And,
Yeah.
Laffy, it's your turn. Make a perception check.
Oh god.
Hey.
So you're looking at this, like, wrapped. Holy shit. And you see creatures with, like, butterfly wings start to come out of the portal, too. And in front is this just pompous, majestic-looking gentleman
Oh,
with
no.
these
Oh,
giant
no.
wings.
Oh no, the fate are here.
No.
And Aaliyah turns and, yeah, we told them who needed help, and Oberon and his people decided to come. You guys know Oberon?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's here.
I
No.
didn't think he was so bad. I mean, he was an
We were
interesting
careful.
guy.
You're right, but we were careful.
She just shrugs and, yeah, so, oh, there's a few more coming. And she has to point these out, and Strahd sent a few too. Seems you guys
Oh.
made a few allies along the way with some not so great people.
I didn't know
I
allies
mean,
with
to
Strahd.
be fair, it affects them too. It affects basically everything. So,
That was
I mean,
how
I
the
suppose
lady
we
pitched it,
rescued
yeah.
him From, an eternity spent in being drained by a lich and his entire plane going to shit.
I mean,
That's true. We did.
When you
We
think
did help
about
him
it.
out.
yeah.
if the Lady of Pain shows up at your doorstep and asks you to do something, you probably do it.
Right.
Well, he's like, yeah, that's basically what happened. And it takes like a solid 20, 30 minutes for everything to come through this portal, and then there's this quiet hum. It swirls in on itself and just seals. And all said and done, there's probably about 100,000 individuals out in this field now. Like, far, far off. They
Damn.
are probably, like, up around here, going all the way down to here.
Any of you know how to lead an army this size? Because I sure as hell don't.
No,
No.
They brought commanders.
that's good.
Yeah, all different armies. They've all got different commanders, so don't worry about that. Anyway, she walks out a little bit more, and suppose we should tell you the plan now. We're all going to be marching up to Ardor. It's about 3 days. The trains have been destroyed, unfortunately. But the lady can clear a path. It won't be good, it won't be easy, but it's the only way we have. Once we approach Ardor, we don't really know what it's going to look like up there, but we need you guys to get in the city, I'm afraid.
Oh, well.
Yeah, we figured that.
We should have enough to put a dent in what's happening, but we'll see.
I hope so.
Yeah, we hope so too. And she winces, and we, meaning the lady and I, she wants to make sure you know that she's taking credit for this too.
No, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, of course.
She can have it.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, any objections?
No, but I do have some questions.
Oh, okay.
You should have been expecting that. Once we get in, is there something we should be doing for, like, everyone? Are they like an outside distraction? Are they trying to get to a certain point? Is there anything that we know that we need to pay attention to?
We have
Or
no
are
idea.
All right, so we're the
Ideally,
ones that...
ideally, you find the commander of what's happening inside, and you tell them that there's things happening outside, much like you did here.
Okay.
Anything else? We've got about
No,
3 days
I
ahead of
think
us, so if you
so.
think of anything else, you can just find me.
All right.
I figure somewhere along the way we're gonna find one of our mortal enemies and get into a really big battle. So
I like the way you think.
work out.
Always have. And she
Yeah.
winks at you, Laffy.
Luffy blushes. Immediately, she's like,
Anyway, we're setting off soon. And she turns and leaves.
Luffy's like,
Mrs. kind of
Hands in her
side
face.
nudges laughing with a grin.
Well, aren't we glad she's back?
Yeah?
Stop it.
So the next 20 minutes pass, and you can hear the other army moving from where you are. There's this loud whoosh noise as they all start to march, and you guys, led by Aaliyah, head off with them. Takes a little while to meet up, and you guys start heading up the mountain pass. You follow the river, this one specifically, up, and you start heading on up. And you spend the first day just marching. It is not easy. It's not terribly difficult yet. You are walking near, like, train tracks. So,
Can I say something?
yeah, by all means.
Luffy is keeping an eye out
Okay.
for worms.
Okay. Sure.
Just,
Make a
you
perception
know.
check. All right,
16.
you're walking along, and you
Not
just
worms in the ground, mind you.
oh, like where?
What do you mean?
I need to know what kind of worms, like.
The dragon worms.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about like wormy worms.
Earthworm?
Yeah.
No, she's
I was
looking
like-
for the flying kind.
Okay. You don't see anything in the sky. It's actually a pretty nice day. It's sunny. There's a nice breeze.
Luffy looks disappointed.
Mist is also looking for those weird ass crystals that they saw before.
You remember you're not close enough for that yet. It was like 2 hours outside of Ardor when you saw them.
Listen, she doesn't know where the fuck she is.
Right. I'm just, I'm letting you know.
Yeah.
So after a day of rather uneventful travel, nighttime comes and they start breaking and making camp. You guys do anything at camp?
Panic internally.
Okay.
Yeah. Mist is writing, probably muttering things to her tentacle arm. It's fine. It's normal.
Okay. While you guys are sitting around, Bran, Elamay comes up to you. She just trots up, battle axe slung over her back, and she just plunks down next to you in the grass. And, hey, buddy.
How's it going?
Well, about as good as this can go, I guess. I don't really know you. But you seem to be a friend of Laffy's.
Wait, who's talking to Bran?
Elamay.
Okay.
I suppose you could say that.
Do you know what this is all about, then?
Not a clue.
Great.
I got dragged into this same as the rest of them, although somewhat voluntarily in my case, I think.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, I've had the option to... I had the option to just walk away from this for a while, I'm sure. But I figured I'd stay around. They looked like they needed the help.
Yeah, Laffy always did try to put on the big britches, but she's kind of, a big softie and just kind of afraid.
Feels like it was a long time ago when I found them outside Sigil. They looked scared and confused, so I thought they needed a hand.
Huh. Sigil, huh? What's that like?
It's a city on the inside of a ring.
Uh-huh. Sounds kind of like Ardor, then.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Ardor's got a big ring and there's a city underneath it.
But is it on the inside of the ring?
I mean, not really. It's inside of it, but I don't... Anyway, it sounds like I'll be finding out what this sigil's all about if we all stay alive.
It's a pretty amazing place.
Well, hopefully it's better than here.
Oh, trust me, it is.
She just snorts and... Right. Well, it's nice to meet you. Hopefully we'll all get to know each other a bit better. I'd like to know some of Laffy's friends, all things considered.
I think we'll all make it through this, personally.
Good. Optimism doesn't seem to be a thing amongst the men right now.
Well, no point in being pessimistic. If we go, we go.
She purses her lips at you, and that's not a bad way of looking at it.
And if I do go, hopefully I'll at least go out in a way that people will remember me.
Yeah, that's what's important, right?
Which means, by the way, if I die here, I expect a statue in my honor.
Right. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sure we can make that happen.
I would
You
kind of
know.
rather have one in Sigil. Maybe I'll talk to the harbinger of pain about that.
Okay. Cool. And she just kind of turns the leaf, not knowing what to say with that. She comes looking for you, Laffy. And so does Julian. You guys, they run into each other around the same time. They find you, and both her and Julian just kind of look at you and look at each other awkwardly, and she's just, no, you go first, you go first. And she wanders off, and Julian...
Lucky looks between the both of them and like feels cornered.
Julian just plops down on the ground near you, and just, like, stares at you for a little while.
Lucky stares at him back.
You're really weird.
You call everyone weird. That has no meaning anymore.
I've seen you eat dirt.
Well, yeah. You know, you gotta...
We've seen... Is Bran within, like, earshot of this?
Yeah, sure. Let's say you're all, like, within earshot of each other, but
Okay.
you can choose to not interact.
They'll hear Bran. Yeah, we saw you eating people.
He just grimaces and...
Bird!
Bran's just like, don't make fun of us. We'll make fun of you.
So, this is all kinda nuts.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, but we kind of dealt with something similar before we came to Sigil. We were caught up in a prophecy, and I think we're still caught up in a prophecy.
That's
Yeah.
the worst.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah.
Didn't really choose this, and now we've kind of just been thrust into it.
Well, you know,
I kind of brought you along.
you don't choose a lot of things, right? He just grins lopsidedly.
Oh,
Yeah.
you'd know, huh?
Yeah. uh... He's looking for you, Ren. Are you nearby?
Yeah, Ren's
Okay.
whittling.
Okay.
Yes,
What's she whittling?
perfect.
A piece of wood.
Okay,
Uh,
what is it?
Maybe she doesn't even know yet.
Fair.
It's a surprise.
A mysterious thing.
When he sees you, Ren, he just gets up. And nice speaking to you, Laffy. We don't get to talk enough.
Yeah,
We should
Right.
we should hang out more. You're
I'd like to.
yeah. You're from here, right?
Is he speaking to Ren?
No, he's speaking to you, Laffy.
Oh, Laffy's like, not here, like where we're at right now, but from the plane, yeah.
How is it here?
It's, well, it had a lot of strife, and it wasn't like Sigil, where a bunch of people get together and can live despite their differences. There was a lot of tension, and I am hoping that once this is over, that tension can be gone.
Yeah, we can hope. It's kind of hard to be discriminatory when, well, he just points back to, like, the camp behind you guys, and, you know, when you've got weird angelic beings, riding Pegasi, and, you know, all the stuff Sigil has, it's hard to,
Is that what they're riding?
yeah, that's what they're called, just winged horses. They're kind of mean. I wouldn't suggest. I saw
Oh.
someone get their finger bit off, but you're good with
Yeah.
animals.
Sometimes.
I mean, you're good with me, and I'm basic.
Not really an animal.
Thanks.
I wouldn't say I think of you like that.
Thanks.
Ren stops whittling for a second and then just like has to compose herself before continuing.
She's good with weird entities too.
Oh my god.
Okay, bye guys.
See ya.
Julian brushes himself off and power walks away. No one else comes up to you guys this night.
Probably a good thing. We would just
Yeah.
weird them out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Buffy is gonna probably do the same thing with the mansion that she did the other night.
There are significantly more people, so you're going to have to pick and
Never
choose.
mind.
Okay.
She's not gonna do that.
Yeah,
'cause
there's
way more people.
there's like 110,000 at
There's too many.
lowballing it. And you don't know what some of these things eat if they eat at all.
This is true.
Um,
Buffy is gonna occasionally she looks around paranoid, like Oberon might be around. And she's pointedly nervous about that for some reason, even though she said he was a cool guy. Just cause like, he's there.
make a perception check.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
22.
You don't see nor hear him anywhere for the whole night.
Oh my god.
Luffy is sufficiently calmed.
Okay.
Ren's gonna spend tonight kind of wandering around
Okay.
rather than strictly sleeping.
Looking for anything in particular, or just kind of taking it all in?
Yeah, taking it all in
Okay.
and
You
attempting to process it.
all right? You spend long enough walking around, or you sleep long enough to get the effects of a long rest. I'm going to say, and you spend the rest of the time wandering around.
Yeah.
And during your wanderings, you do see these blue-skinned, heavily armored, winged creatures. Like they have smaller wings, standing next to or tending to these brilliant white horses that have like blue plumes, that have these massive wings.
Ren does not touch them.
They kind of look back at you, and you notice that, like, again, their eyes are much like the children of pain. Their eyes are this glowing color, but unlike the children, theirs are like this whitish, just brilliant white blue color.
Yeah.
And again, you're wandering, and you come close to the Fae, and you notice you're coming close to the Fae, so you very pointedly leave.
And walk away.
Yeah. And none of them stop you, but you do hear the sound of, like, music and partying, as inappropriate as it may be.
She's going the other way. She's like, oh, I am not getting caught up in that.
And you see humans mingling, and you're like, shit, I don't know which ones are vampires, which ones are people. Not gonna care.
Yeah.
So you spend the night doing that after resting. Laffy, while you are resting, you hear a voice in a dream. And you just hear this feminine voice, just, Lafayette,
Yes.
I believe the journey is coming to an end soon. And you do see this, like, shimmering outline of La Cial, and she's now speaking to you.
Well, does that mean that the journey is going to be over for you? What's going to happen to you once all of this has come to an end?
I suppose I don't know what's going to happen to all of us.
That's a good point.
Yeah, well, I just want you to know that I'm proud of you.
Luffy looks for a moment like she's gonna cry. And she kind of just keeps it back and is like, that means a lot to me. For a very, very long time, all I wanted to do was make you proud.
Well, you know, going along to stop the end of all creation is definitely one way to earn one's caretaker's approval and pride.
Thanks.
Yeah,
We're gonna be fighting Fridial soon, potentially.
give that old man hell for me for putting me in here.
Is there anything that I can do with this? And Luffy like goes to get the skull, but she's in a dream, so it's not there.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, you know, with the skull, your skull.
There are many things you could do with it, but I don't know exactly what you could do to affect him.
I don't either. Suppose I'll figure that out when it happens, as that's usually what tends to happen.
Oh, is that not the way of the wizard, though? You plan, and then you fucking wing it.
Basically, do you want me to pass on any messages?
No, I mostly just wanted to tell you that I'm proud and that I am watching.
I know that.
And I'm sorry I haven't spoken to you lately.
It's fine. You deserve rest. I'm sorry that I couldn't help you get that sooner.
Oh, you know, perhaps it'll come soon.
I'll miss you.
Yeah, well, I'll miss you too. Now get some sleep. You're going to need it.
Alright. And Luffy's dream kind of fades, I assume.
Yeah, and she superpowers back out. Morning comes, if no one else wants to do anything. And the sound of the camp rising wakes Bran and Laffy up. Since Ren, you've been wandering and missed, you don't sleep. So you guys get up, and you take your meager belongings, and you head on up. And it's another day, and the conditions become harsher. And the rest of the army kind of has to slow down, but Laffy, using your expert tracking and navigation skills, you're able to help the group make their way through this rocky terrain that's slowly growing colder. And more jagged as you get higher and higher. And nothing happens this day. It's just another day of marching, and it's long and arduous and not fun.
Oh my god.
Night comes again. Do you guys do anything?
Luffy is gonna play fetch with Saint as well as she can, given the circumstance. But,
Okay. Yeah,
you
you
she's
play.
gonna play with Saint.
Yeah, you play fetch with Saint.
She like doggy wrestles him and stuff. She just wants to make sure her dog is okay before the
Okay.
battle.
And at one point you throw the ball, and Saint goes to find it, and he comes back with a Pegasus in tow.
Oh my god.
And he's just wagging his tail like, "Look what I found, Mom!"
Luffy's like, "Oh, this is very good.
It just looks at you.
She pets his head.
She
Not
pets
the
Saint's head.
Pegasus,
Okay.
Saint's.
The Pegasus just looks at you out of one eye, flares its nostrils, and takes a few like horse trot steps up to you, and it's
Luffy
relatively
holds her
close. And it leans down. Are the rest of you guys around so you can see this too?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I think Bran's probably there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ren, are you there?
Don't know.
Oh, I think Bran is
Maybe
actually
not
not there.
at all.
Oh, yeah, no, she's here.
Okay. So you guys are watching as this Pegasus, it's like 15 feet tall. It's huge.
His mouth is like open and closed.
Is
and
leaning down, and it has to lean down a full 10 feet to get eye level with you, Laffy.
Oh my god.
And it snorts. And lowers its head even more. Like it wants pets.
Oh, Luffy like exhales and she like gently pets it and like runs her fingers through its mane.
You know, if we win this, I wonder how hard it would be to convince the cops to let me have one.
Luffy is whispering to it, "You're so majestic.
It seems
Oh,
to like.
so perfect."
It seems to like that. Make an animal handling check.
Oh
my
god.
Ren says to Bran, like, I prefer my horses on the ground.
Fly. It'd be amazing.
11.
Okay. It looks like it was about to get on the floor entirely, but it doesn't. Instead, it
Fluffy's
takes.
okay with that. She
it-
seems content where she is.
Yeah, it takes your pets, and just eventually pulls itself up and trots away.
Wait, does Luffy have an apple?
Yeah, we can say Laffy has an apple.
Luffy gives it an apple.
Okay, it takes the apple, munches
Yeah.
on it, just kind of headbutts you a little bit as it gets up, and trots off.
Luffy goes, goodbye, friends! After
You made
it.
friends.
Wow, that was cool. I heard that they bit someone's finger off.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's neat. I mean, not the finger, but you know.
They're called Pegasus or Pegasi. She doesn't know
I
Pegasus.
heard.
so
I
she
wrote
says
it down.
Pegasi. Oh, it was so cool.
Alright, so nighttime comes. You guys gonna do anything for the night, or just rest up?
Mist totally, like, before everyone goes to sleep, she's been writing a lot, and then she has, like, these pieces of paper, and she gives them all to everybody. Well, everyone in the party. And she's like, I have riddles for all of you. You don't have to answer them. It's just, you know, it's important. And I want you to have them.
Oh, hold on to it.
Quinn said
What? When can we look at some?
I mean, you can look at them whenever you want to.
Luffy, like looks as if she's gonna open the paper, and then she keeps it closed, and then she goes to open it, and then she keeps it closed, and she's like, what is it? What's this about?
I don't know. I realized that I haven't really, like... Isn't like, giving gifts and stuff a thing that you do for your friends that you care about, and, you know...
On the eve of a battle in which we could all die horribly?
Yeah, I feel
Well,
like this is
listen,
really
alright,
important.
okay.
Sounds like as good a time as any.
I mean, yeah, that, and also, I don't know, I've been saying riddles and they've had power, and maybe it'll bring us luck or something, I don't know.
Luffy opens hers up.
Yeah, it's a riddle.
Oh, I thought that you had them written down.
I can give you one. It might be familiar, but I can give you one.
Oh my, you don't have to, but Luffy reads it, and she looks touched, and then like she looks like she's gonna cry again. And
Let me send it to you. Should I put it in the
Go ahead and put it in Discord.
Yeah.
Okay, in Discord. See if this will work.
Oh, I need to stop pacing.
There.
Luffy furrows her brow and like wipes at her eye, and she's like, I'm not gonna have an answer for this before we start fighting.
That's okay. It doesn't matter. I just wanted to give it to you.
I want to have an answer because I care about you a lot.
Well, just your wondering is enough, believe me.
Ren quietly, like, opens hers, and then just as quietly tucks it, like, somewhere safe.
Does Ren see what it
Yeah,
says?
no, she would read hers.
Okay. Another thing that might seem familiar. Yeah.
I remember this.
Yeah.
Okay, did you give it to everybody then?
Everyone that opened it. I don't know if Bran opened one or not.
Bran hasn't opened his yet. He just pocketed it.
Okay.
You'll save that for when it's over.
Okay, so you guys all tuck in for the night then, sharing that little riddle moment.
Mist's doing her best, okay?
And you awaken, knowing that the next time you wake up, shit's gonna get real. You've got one more day before, as far as you know, the end of the world could be upon you. So you guys head up, grab your stuff, and you're heading back up. The terrain's getting rockier, and you're still next to these train tracks, and you're following them. Yep.
As they're walking, Luffy is gonna just look at the others and be like, hey,
Yeah.
So, Bran, thank you for sticking with us, even though you never had to. Ren, thank you for the fact that you keep going. And Mist, thank you for always asking the right questions.
Mist looks stupidly touched at this.
And Luffy just walks on forward.
Yeah.
She
Yeah,
starts to move
Mist
with
is
feet
just
and
like-
mouth. She's going.
Yeah, Mist is like, thank you for always showing us the way, Luffy.
Luffy looks touched and looks like she's gonna cry again because she's just on the verge of tears this entire time, and she rubs at her face.
So yeah, while you guys are heading up, there's again, the train's getting more and more miserable, and you know that means you are getting closer and closer. You're going up a significant incline at this point. You see the area where those crystals once were. It's a very clear area because there are now like these jagged holes in the earth where the crystals were. And you can't get close enough to see them unless you want to try.
Okay, yeah, no, like, depending, like, if it seems like it's like, really hard to get to.
Yes, they are very difficult to get to. They are not along the path that's being created.
Okay. But can she clearly see? Like...
You can see the edges of holes.
Alright, I was like, can she clearly see where, the ground over there? Because she might just, like, teleport herself over there to take a look.
Yeah, I mean, you could teleport over there.
Yeah,
Conceivably.
she's not gonna risk falling down a mountain or something.
Okay, you bamf over, and yeah, it's a hole, and looks almost like one of the holes that, like, Ren got sucked into a while ago. It's this, like, jagged-looking hole where a crystal might be growing out of because there's this little crystalline formation down at the bottom. And, like, a pool of something around it.
Mist is gonna... She's using Eldritch Sight on this.
Oh, dude, it's pure magic.
Yeah, can she tell anything more than that, or just...
No.
Wow, that's magic.
Okay. It's, like, blindingly magical.
Now that's what I call magic.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, Mist just kind of calls back. She's like, it looks like the hole that Ren fell into that one time over here.
Don't touch it.
It's tempting, but, you're probably right. Have you guys seen any of those crystals around? I saw a bunch of these holes, but none of the crystals.
Buffy's gonna have a look-see.
Alright, perception.
A -1.
Oh my god!
I mean, not a -1, a natural 1.
You see the bridge of your nose, and it freaks you out because you're not supposed to be able to see that.
Luffy, goes cross-eyed for a minute. Just as she, touches Saint to steady herself.
Right.
I'll be right back. I gotta take the dog out.
Okay.
I think I just saw the bridge of my nose.
That's not the crystal, Luffy!
Brand just gives
Listen,
her
I
this,
am aware.
Brand just gives her this flat look.
The fact that she saw the bridge of her nose is impressive because she does not have a prominent nose bridge.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna say it's
So,
really
like,
easy.
she had to see extra hard.
It's really easy for me, but I have a gigantic nose.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mist kind of levitates up a bit to see if she could see any crystals where they are, because now she's just fucking curious.
Okay, you levitate up and, there's just all these, like, pock marks where the crystals used to be.
She makes a face, and then she goes back to the others, and she's just like, before we kind of thought those might be connected to souls, right? This
Yeah.
might be a problem if I don't see any.
Shit.
Yeah, they might be taking that and using it, and that's not good.
You're right. Can Luffy, like, is there anything close by that, like, wouldn't cause her to fall behind where, like, it looks like a crystal might be? Because I know Mist bounced over to one, but...
Yeah, I mean, considering you're the ranger of the group, you will have no trouble catching up if need be.
Okay, she's gonna go check it out and see if she can, like, see if there are signs of mining. Like, like
Okay.
someone forcibly took it out.
You don't see anything like that.
Huh.
Yeah, it looks like they just... Well, you don't know. They're just not there.
I can't investigate?
I mean, you totally can.
Okay.
Roll investigation then.
22.
Okay, it doesn't look like they were... It looks like they were just pulled straight out.
Huh.
They weren't, like, pulled out at an angle. There's no chipping around the edges. It looks like they either just got pulled out or they just disappeared.
Luffy looks...
Or they shrunk, because you look down and you see that shimmering pool of something and the tiny crystal at the bottom.
Luffy looks bewildered. And she just kind of turns around and jogs back up to the group. And she's like, they shrunk. Say what? Taken.
Yeah, I saw a
They
little
shrunk.
one at the bottom there. I mean, it's possible they could
there's
be
no
taken
sign-
and we're growing back, but yeah,
No,
shrinking
because there's no sign. Like, it doesn't look like someone mines them. And if possible, they just pulled it straight out of the ground, but it doesn't look like...
I mean, it is
doesn't look
possible
like it's
to.
that.
I mean, we don't know what the heck is going on with, like, the dimensional makeup of this entire plane. It's possible they could have been transported a different way, but either
It's
way, if they
true, but-
shrunk or if they were taken and are growing back and are tiny, I still don't like it.
It's definitely not an auspicious tiding, I'll tell you that. But I think it might have something to do with the fact that, well, the entire shift of the plane.
Possibly. If we get by one when we're walking, can you check to see if it's like, related to souls or necromantic? I couldn't tell anything more than it was just incredibly magical.
I could try, says Luffy, who, like, looks out for another one as they're walking.
Yeah, I mean, they're not hard to see. You do come upon another one of those holes, and you see it. Do you walk up and do your investigation?
No, she's gonna do an
That's a good
Arcana
word.
check this time.
Okay, do your Arcana check.
Do I get advantage
Yes.
for necromancy or no?
Yes.
Sick. Well, this is
Yeah, as you kind of close your eyes and try to attune yourself to the necromantic energy that you haven't really been tapping into too much lately, you do feel there's this flow of necromantic energy heading up the mountain.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Hey.
Luffy looks a little concerned at that, and she comes back and she's like, I think something might be draining them. Not that they were taken away, but that the energy is being drained because
Yeah.
There is a flow going up the mountain. Perhaps it is related to the lich.
Yeah, no, that's kind of what I was thinking too, since that's what he's interested in, right? Taking all the souls of this plane and using them for something.
Well, I guess we can expect something really, really bad.
Yeah.
Great.
Wonderful.
Alright, so you guys continue heading up the mountain. And in the distance now you can see these rumbling clouds, and just, it is dark up ahead. At like the top of the mountain. It is as ominous could get. There's lightning flickering, and it's not too far off, so you hear the call to make camp again.
Ren looks at Finley, and she's like, she doesn't actually say anything, but she's got that look on her face that says if she thought their family was alive, she doesn't anymore.
Finley doesn't look at you at all.
Oh, good.
She's just staring straight ahead. As far as you can tell, she doesn't have a face, so. But okay, you guys start making camp. You do anything this night? Does anyone want to do anything?
Bren is not really going to do much with this because I have to go use the bathroom, so I'll be right back.
Okay.
Ren, I mean, not like she doesn't usually do this, but she goes off on her own.
Okay, you looking for anything in
sort of,
particular? Or?
She finds a spot where she can stare at, like, what they're walking into.
Okay. Yeah, up ahead you still see, like, you can, even at night, you can see the outline of these churning black clouds, the occasional flicker of light going between those clouds. But you can't hear anything. You just see that something's up ahead and it's not good.
How far, like, outside of the general camp area can she get?
She can get, it depends. How long do you want to spend traveling? You can get as far as you damn well please.
She goes, probably about an hour up the mountain.
Okay, so yeah, you get about 2 miles away.
Yeah, and she just sort of, like, sits down on, like, an outcrop, and just sort of stares at it for a while.
Okay, while you're sitting there staring up, you hear, like, click, 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 click coming up behind you. And do you turn to look at all, or you just kind of keep staring ahead?
She's got, like, a hand on her dagger just in case, and, like, then eventually sort of turns and looks over her shoulder.
Alright, you see a white outline against the night. And Jeremiah trots up and has to, like, flutter up a few times, and comes next to you, Ren, and just settles down in that chicken way, or just turns into, like, a chicken loaf. And Chris pops out of his feathers and stares up with you, and she goes, "Huh, that looks bad."
Yep. I mean, end of the story has, like, a period, right? I'm thinking that's the punctuation right there.
That's incredibly obtuse for you. You're speaking like one of me.
She just sort of, like, opens her mouth, closes her mouth, and keeps it closed.
She just smirks at you, and you can barely see it because she's, tiny. But then Jeremiah makes this quiet clucking noise, and Jeremiah says, "You know that we've got your back, right?"
Yeah.
Yeah, good. It's not just us,
worry.
it's, you don't need to worry about us. We're fine. It's a little nerve-wracking, but You've not seen
Peripheral.
Jeremiah fight yet. Trust me.
That's true.
He
That
could
is
kick
true.
your ass.
Ren looks down at the chicken.
Jeremiah clucks a few times and stares up at you.
I'll take your word for it, because I'd, eve of battle, rather not
Yeah.
test my. I mean, I might get hurt.
Yeah, you might. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, you mind if we just sit with you and just think?
No, I mean assuming, yeah, I wouldn't mind the company.
Thanks. And she and Jeremiah just kind of settle down, and she's sitting atop his head, staring up and not saying much, which is very unusual for her. And she's fiddling with, like, her, veneer robes. And eventually it gets late enough that she and Jeremiah just, without a word, get up and he starts fluttering down the mountain, kind of like a cuckoo from Zelda.
Yeah.
Um, and I guess they leave you alone up there.
Eventually, the crushing weight of isolation makes its way into Ren's mind, and she makes her way back.
Luffy is, because Luffy is who she is, Ren was gone for too long.
Yeah, I feel like
so
probably went with Luffy.
Luffy had gone to find Ren. And so she probably finds Ren halfway.
Halfway, yeah.
This is
Ren's
probably
just
with Luffy because she would have gotten lost too.
Ren's just kind of making her way down a rock, and when she lands and dusts her hands off and looks up and sees them there, she's like, yeah, hi.
I mean, we weren't following you.
They were following you.
Really?
I mean, if they had been following me, they would have been up there a long time ago. I've been gone a while, I think.
Yeah, we would just,
Worried?
Yeah.
I'm fine. This is fine. And she gestures to the occasional cloud.
Do you want us to go find them?
I mean, we have to go in there anyway.
Yeah. If they're fine, they'll be fine when this is. And if they're not fine, I'd rather not know about it until after.
Understandable.
She doesn't really look at either of them.
Well,
And
Luffy doesn't look. She looks like she doesn't know what to say, so she doesn't say anything.
yeah, Miss is just like, okay, Ren, but how well do you know this place? Do you know where we would find the center of resistance? Do you think those you are wondering about and worried for might know?
I mean, my father might be one of them. He was a soldier of the city.
So, it makes sense that we should find him.
Well, I mean, what I'm saying is he might be with them.
Yeah.
Well, look, if I was a resistance of the city and I had to guess at the last bastion of the city, and what does Ren know about Ardor?
There is no circumstance this was not prepared for in any way. You have no idea where a last bastion of defense would be. You're pretty sure you're about to find out, though.
I mean, I have absolutely no idea where we would even start.
Okay.
We have no idea what we're walking into. I mean, knowing that the Liches potentially, and then the entire landscape of the city could be different.
This is true.
There's just too many variables to even guess.
But here's the thing. If we can look for them, I think. Do you have anything that you know of that was like connected to him. Maybe Laffy could do her item searching thing, and we could try to find him that way.
If we don't have more pressing matters, like the destruction of the world to worry about.
No. I mean that.
Oh,
None of us know where the center would be if your father's a soldier, and you think that he would be there.
I mean, it's possible. I sent him a letter. I don't know if he would have kept it.
I don't. Well, here's the thing. I need to know what it looks like, but if you could tell Mist what it looks like, and Mist could tell me what it looks like, then maybe that could work?
Oh, you mean mentally?
Yeah.
Huh. I hadn't
Yeah.
thought of that.
We could try that. I mean, we've literally got nothing to go on, so it's something.
Well, let's. And Ren looks like she's looking for excuses to not do this particular thing because she doesn't know if she wants to know.
Laffy pipes up with, if you don't want to, then you don't have to.
Just say something. But it seems like you want to know, but you also don't want to know, and
Ren like walks up to them and she drapes her arms around their shoulders and like starts making them walk back towards camp. As
Laffy puts an arm around her waist and like, walks along.
Yeah, Miss kind of does this too. Only
Okay.
probably shoulder, because it's
Yeah. I mean, Ren and Mist are tall and Laffy's is small, so it's okay.
Laffy can get to the shoulder. She probably tries, and
They should
then,
probably just
gets
like put
upset.
Laffy in the center and just like lift her up.
Bran, are you with them, by the way?
I think he was there.
Do their thing.
Yeah, Bran, were
What?
you with them?
You cut out.
Yes,
Okay.
he was there. Is my mic cutting out?
You're good. Yeah,
you
you're
cut
good
out
now.
for a sec.
And then Ren says, "Look, let's see what we see tomorrow, and if there are other options that make more sense, we'll take those, and if there aren't, then we'll make a gamble. You know me, I love a gamble."
Alright, if you're sure.
You don't love this gamble.
Yeah, no. Doesn't seem like it.
And she's like, she takes her arms off of them, and she drags a hand down her face. "I'm not a big fan of the whole end of the world gamble.
No,
So
Fair.
me neither.
So let's see what happens."
Alright.
Alright, so you guys get back to the campsite, and you settle down for the night. None of you really sleep well. Mist, you meditate just fine. Bran, you probably sleep decently, considering, you're a little nihilistic, aren't you?
Oh my
Safe
God.
to say.
Bran?
Yeah,
He nihilistic in like a positive kind of way.
yeah, like the good kind. So you probably sleep okay, where the rest of you guys, you sleep well enough again to get your long rest benefit, but it's not a happy one. And the morning comes. You are awoken by the sounds that you've already kind of grown accustomed to, and we're gonna take a quick break there.
God.
Everyone
Oh,
good
God.
to be back in about 10 minutes?
Yeah.
I will be back shortly, stream.
See ya.
Back.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Audio's up. Alright, hi stream, we're back.
Hey.
Hello.
So, you guys have just taken your night's rest, and now it is morning, you are getting up. And this is the
Lottie
day.
immediately finds Fist.
Okay, yeah, Mist is awake and somewhere.
She grabs Miss lapel, or she tries because she's very small.
Yeah, Mist is like, what is it, Luffy?
A skeleton. It's a skeleton.
Mist just grins something awful. She's like, you're absolutely right.
Lottie says the riddle. It is what's beneath that's hidden away, and only an ending or pain sees the day. Though something foreboding and may find fear, its beautiful structure is why we're here. It stays in place, the struggle of our untimely fate, and stand once more should force dictate. It's often foundation, it's often one's core, and it's left to be found when we need it no more. Skeleton!
Yes! Perfect! You did it! I'm so proud of you!
Did you pick that one specifically for me?
I wrote them for you!
Ah!
Miss just gives Lappy a hug. Like, she's
Lappy gives her a big hug right back.
This. You did it. This is good.
She tries to lift Mist a little bit.
Mist probably levitates, so she can't.
Okay. So, you guys... Yeah, no, that was cute. So you guys start packing up your stuff. And slowly a small group of individuals start forming around you. First, Elame wanders up. Her axe kind of slung over her shoulder now. She's holding on to it. Julian walks up. Chris and Jeremiah come up. And they all look at you guys and... We're coming with you. We got your backs. Says
Don't
Julian.
want it any other way.
Alright.
Ren opens her mouth, closes her mouth, opens her. She looks like she's gonna tell them no.
Julian just points at you and... Shut up.
Rude.
Yeah. We're coming with you guys.
But I.
Hell or high water. We're with you.
Fine.
No arguing with them.
Yeah.
Fine.
Jeremiah's from Ardor too, aren't you?
Jeremiah flaps his wings a few times.
Yeah.
And Elame goes, me too!
Oh, I didn't know that.
I grew up with her! And she points to Laffy.
You grew up in Ardor.
Yeah. Well, not Ardor, but, you know, around.
Well, all the better. You guys will know where we're going.
Sorta. Anyway. We're setting out. And the army started to move around you guys. And they're heading up. You guys just kind of follow without any delay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Miss looks like she's thinking a whole lot because she's starting to try and figure out how the fuck they're gonna get in there.
Okay. Aaliyah's fallen back and looked at you guys and... I need to stay close to you guys so the lady can give me instructions to give you. You're
You
kind
cut
of...
out.
Yeah,
Oh.
you cut out.
Better now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I think so.
Aaliyah falls back to you guys and she's just walking alongside you and I'm gonna need to stay with you guys so the lady can give me orders to give to you.
Alright.
Prepare
Why
for
not?
anything.
One more.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not coming with you like these fools. I'm just here to tell you what she wants you to do.
Okay.
She does
Well,
realize
we're
that we're
definitely
probably
listening.
not going to follow orders completely, right?
You know, it's acceptable
fine.
margin of error, you know.
We're gonna try our best.
Yeah.
Aaliyah winces and... Yeah, she just wants to ease her conscience or something. I don't know. She's weird. Sorry, lady. Shit. Okay. Let's go.
Ooh, you gotta watch your mouth.
So, You guys approach the edge of Ardor. And as you're pulling up, you do see that it is just scorched. The area around the city where the train would like let off and then the cars would lead up to the Silver Ring, the structure that held the original cars is gone. It's been wiped off. And in the distance, you do hear not the chanting, but you do hear the sounds of battle. And the sky above you has turned this dark purple with the clouds rolling and lightning dancing between the clouds. And the silver ring itself is tarnished in several places and sags, and you can see all this from the distance. And as you get close, I'm going to go ahead and change this. There it is. As you guys get close.
Oof.
Oof.
Oh.
It's going to be loud. Sorry.
Oh, I
One
didn't
sec.
hear anything.
Yeah, I got to it before it got loud.
This gonna be good.
So,
Muffy says, "Hey guys, remember that time when we were here and we almost killed a man in a train car? I missed that."
No, I don't think I was there. Yeah.
Oh,
you
well,
weren't.
we almost killed a man. It was a good time.
Oh,
Almost, because it was accidental. It was a murder mystery car where they put on a performance, but they didn't. No
He was
one
dressed as
thought-
a demon.
Ren
Yeah.
just gives Ren this like blank look, like what?
Have
Don't
you-
worry about it. We're
Aurelian,
nervous.
Aurelian gave us the tickets and he didn't tell us. It was Aurelian.
It was all Aurelian's
Okay.
fault.
So whatever happened was Aurelian's fault. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so the army has stopped around you guys as you are far enough away that everyone can just see this. The city that you saw the first time you were here is just... It is entirely different in the distance. You see the smoke and you can smell it that's rising from from the city itself that's in the caldera of this volcano. And
God.
the ring that was originally around it is, again, it's sagging in places, and the tall silver towers that house the cars are... The one that's near you guys is just gone. There's wires fallen to the ground. Some of the cars are just on their sides. As you look, you see that there are bodies kind of trapped beneath them. Some look like they were trying to get away. And there's just utter decimation in front of you guys. And as you stare at this, the ground shakes briefly.
Any like wisecracking that had been on Ren's face, like just like melts off it.
And Aaliyah just stops, and we're heading down into the city itself. Seems
Okay.
that the ring's gone, as you can tell.
Yeah. I don't suppose either of you know if the volcano is active, do you?
No idea. Hopefully not.
I was gonna say, because they're underground passages, if we couldn't go above, but I don't know how to get there, and I don't know if it'd be wise if the volcano's doing things.
Did you just feel that earthquake?
Yeah,
Because
Can
I felt-
Muffy make a check to see if she can tell whether or not the volcano is active?
Sure. Make a nature check.
Alright.
Ow. Fuck.
We felt the earthquakes before, but we learned that it was from the portals opening, remember?
You really can't tell, but earthquakes are never a good sign.
Yeah, I know.
You know, I think with the earthquakes happening, they should stay above the ground.
Yeah, I was guessing that would be like a last resort if needed. This looks dreadful.
Yeah, and in the distance, you guys... You're slowly approaching with the army. They're kind of pushing you forward because you're in the middle of it. And you can start to see down into, like, the dip where the city is built along the walls of the crater and down towards the middle, and you can see shapes surging around like insects. That's how many there are. And the army comes to an abrupt halt, and Aaliyah winces, and... Sounds like we're gonna teleport you guys in. There's no way to get you in otherwise, it seems.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Where are we going and what are we doing? And
Well,
We should
seems
prepare
like seems
something
that your
first.
job is to find the commander of the forces inside and do the same thing you did in Stillborn. Let them know that help is here.
Okay.
And after that,
Um,
hold
do what you do
tight.
best.
Wing it!
so we,
Yeah, don't die.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, before we go, we should prepare ourselves. You know, like Luffy, your spell pass without a trace might be good. Do we want to be invisible? Do we want anything like that?
I can cast Pass Without a Trace. I do not need to be invisible.
no, I
Or
don't
maybe
think I'll
I
need
do.
invisibility.
We were invisible last
If we
time.
are-
and it benefited us.
If we're invisible, I won't be able to see anyone.
That's true. Fuck.
I
Alright,
don't
let's
think
just...
we're not going to be sneaking through an army this time, are we?
We don't know what we're
No,
going to be
we're-
sneaking through in there.
We're putting you inside of the city. Between
Who knows?
us and whatever's in front of us. You're going behind enemy lines, it seems.
We'll use Pass Without a Trace, and if we need invisibility, V will cast it. Ren, I'll hold your hand, because we're the sneakiest people in the group. So,
Yeah, true.
Luffy immediately casts... Well, actually, are they... Is the teleportation ready right now?
Yep, you got 5 minutes.
Okay.
Alright, well, I'll cast it right before we go, and we will have the most benefits from it.
Ren cast Dark Vision on herself, just in case.
Are you also going to be casting Pass Without a Trace on the other group that is coming with you?
Well, let me see how many people I can do it for.
I want to say it's up to 10. I don't know off the top of my
Probably
head, though.
depends on spell level.
Yeah.
Spellbot isn't working for me!
Oh, look.
Yeah, no, it's not working for me either. It died again. It was working earlier.
God damn it, it was
Yeah.
working earlier.
Yeah, I put in a spell.
Yeah, so did I. What a way to kill the momentum, Spellbot.
Oh, wait, it's back.
Oh, yep, look at that.
Any creature within 30 feet.
Yeah, wow, look at that. It is any creature.
Hey.
Alright, cool. So yeah, you can cast it on Julian, Jeremiah, Chris, and Elame.
That's what she gonna do right before they teleport. Like,
Alright.
right before they
Alright.
teleport.
Yeah,
Aaliyah...
Miss-
Sorry, go ahead.
Miss waves her tentacle arm around and she casts see invisibility on herself.
Okay. Aaliyah grabs, or doesn't grab you guys, she tilts her head and starts walking off. And she leads you guys, up next to this rather tall revenant, one of the Children of Pain. And he's standing there, his sword driven into the earth with both of his hands sitting on top of the pommel. He's standing staring down into the caldera, and she goes, "Here they are, my lord," and he grunts in reply. "Once they're gone, we begin the fight." She goes, "Yep." You guys ready?
Ready as we'll ever be.
Get your
Yeah.
shit in order.
Luffy passes without a trace them.
Alright, Pass Without Trace is on. And Aaliyah takes a deep breath, and good luck. And you guys feel this tugging sensation, and when you close your eyes, you instinctively close your eyes, and when you open them again, you're in the streets of Ardor proper. But surrounding you, not in the immediate vicinity, but on all sides of you, are swarming demons. They haven't seen you. They don't look. They are just attacking the buildings. They are just causing havoc, and there are. It is like people on a New York City subway car.
Oh my god.
It is packed tight. But there are alleyways that are open. They're not completely swarming. Just like the street is packed, and you hear the screams of individuals. And in the distance, you hear this loud horn noise, and You look up towards the direction, and you see just this big wave of white, blue, and black descend upon the hills or the slopes of the volcano. And you know that the Sigillian forces have begun the fight. Off in the distance, and they meet some of the demon army head on, and you can very clearly see the clash from where they are. The stark difference between this bright red group of army, like red and green, Christmassy colors, up against this just white swarm. And then you pay attention to your surroundings again, and again, there are demons like flitting inside of windows and kicking down doors and grabbing people and just killing wantonly.
Yeah.
Lucky. Oh
Yeah.
god.
Ren,
This
Ren's
is
got
like-
her jaw clenched like so tight, and then she drags all of them into an empty alley.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bran helps drag people into the alley if everyone's not moving immediately.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Mist
you
says
get
with
into an empty
telepathy,
alley.
Should we be invisible now?
I don't know if we have the ability to make everyone invisible, do we?
Some demons.
Chris says, "I can help."
Anyway.
Okay.
Alright.
It's not a bad idea for those who can't.
Yeah, let's do that. Ren,
Alright.
give me your hand.
Ren gives Laffy her hand, but then she looks at Mist and she's like, "How many times have you cast that spell that allows people to see invisibility?"
Mist looks at her tentacles. Can she cast it on anyone else? But I don't think she can.
no,
Let me
you can't.
look at this. Yeah, I didn't think so. He's like, I can't. It's not really a spell. It's these do it for me.
I don't think that we'll be able to follow one another if we're invisible. We have to move and we have to be able to see one another.
Mm-hmm.
I could try to, if we're close enough, I could try to relay where everyone is.
Yeah, never mind.
That might be too complicated and we have to go.
Julian just says, "Everybody stay low and just stay to the alleyways." Simple.
We'll see the alleyways. We should head towards the center, since I think if there's any place that the resistance would be, it would be at the center.
I agree.
Wait, they heard a horn. Right?
Up,
Oh, no, that
up
was
from the hill.
outside.
Yeah, up from
Okay,
the hill
never
where you saw the army descend.
Yeah. it was
Buffy
like-
looks at the group
okay.
and she's like, "Well, follow me."
Okay, so everyone roll a stealth roll. With Pass Without a Trace on.
God.
Gotta roll mine.
Alright.
Here
And-
we fucking go.
I know I've asked this a million times, but that gives like a +10 to stealth, right?
10.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. All of your friends rolled real well. They've all got like 30-ish.
Damn. Miss
Nice.
actually rolled decent. for
Nice. All right. So all of you guys are very quiet.
Fucking 23.
She's got plus 13 now.
Jesus.
Without it.
So you guys all quietly begin to slip
Oh,
around.
that's actually higher. That's 3 higher, so 33.
Jesus.
Because 10.
Yeah. So Laffy, you're able to lead them because again, you can't get lost. You know like which direction north is, and you know that you need to head west to get to the center. So you guys are heading west, and as you guys are slipping through alleyways and occasionally having to dip in the streets, you see the occasional person out fighting some demons, and they're quickly overrun. And it's just chaos and mayhem inside of the city. And the closer you get to the center, you start to see barricades set up, and some of them look overrun, or they all look overrun as you head into the center. And as you get closer and closer, eventually you do come upon what looks like a barricade where there are humans fighting. And they are not exactly winning, nor are they losing. Everything seems to be at a stalemate. There are just a number of demons smashing themselves up against this barricade that's been shoddily constructed, and humans are stabbing them with swords and spears and loosing arrows into them, and the demons seem just to be trying to win with sheer numbers alone in this instance.
How many numbers are we talking?
You perception check.
Oh my god.
Okay.
About 10.
Wait,
Ren
what?
Ren gives the group a look.
There's about 10
And
demons
then-
assaulting a barricade, and you guys are all hidden.
Yeah. Ren gives the group a look. That's her warning, and then she runs out, daggers drawn.
Alright, Julian
God.
joins you.
Brand sprints out right behind her.
Julian joins
Fluffy
you.
sighs and follows on.
Okay.
Yeah.
LMA unslings her axe and joins you guys. Chris and Jeremiah. Jeremiah's clad in his bright silver armor. And Chris is riding atop him, and they follow.
Random question, but is
Yep.
there anything up? Like, if
No.
Mist looks up, like, are
Just-
the buildings?
Yeah, there
Is there
are
anything coming out of the
buildings.
buildings?
No.
Or...
No, you just
Okay.
see empty sky and buildings.
All right.
So you guys rush
Yeah,
up.
fair note, Luffy
The
is cheating and
barricades
stuff.
aren't in front
Okay,
of a
yeah.
building or anything. They're just
They're-
there.
Yes.
Okay.
You guys are all hidden. They don't take
Yeah,
notice
Luffy's
of you.
staying in stealth.
Yeah, even if you don't stay in stealth, you guys are completely hidden because they're not paying any goddamn attention to you. They can't hear you. So between there's 8 of you. Julian slips up and just shoves his dagger up the spinal column of one of the spiked demons, and when he rips it down, it falls and dies. Elame just runs up and lops the head off of one. She's not very elegant. Chris, you see this bolt of light come out of, well, it's probably the entirety of her body instead of just her hands, and it strikes one of the demons in the back of the head, and it just shoots through and leaves this burning hole. Jeremiah just jumps up, and you can't see what happens, but that demon is dead.
Oh my god.
There's just this flurry, and demon's dead. And how do you guys kill your 4?
Bran just runs up and just shoves the tip of his rapier through the back of one's neck.
Okay, just it goes all the way through, and the demon gurgles and dies on your sword.
Luffy runs up and kind of like gets onto a demon's back and puts her whip around its throat to strangle it to death.
Okay, yeah, just.
Yeah, Ren eviscerates one
Okay.
with her daggers. You know.
So 2 more remain, and they look at you, and one is an imp, and another one is an incubus, and they just look at you guys and slowly take
can
steps
Mist-
away.
Can Mist kill one like this, or does she
Yeah,
need to
Mist,
have
go
a
for it.
weapon?
No, you
Alright,
can go
yeah.
for it.
Yeah, she gets up really close behind one, looks creepy as fuck, and whispers some things, and this black energy just goes up around it, and yeah.
Okay.
It dead.
Yeah, you sneak up behind the incubus, and you do just that, and this black inkiness seeps into its mouth and its eyes, and it shudders and shakes, and then just falls limp against the ground. And this imp is just like,
Shit.
Luffy
And-
cracks her whip.
it turns and it bolts. And it's tripping as it runs. Its little wings are flapping, trying to help it fly away, and it's gone.
Ren, once it's out of sight, Ren just casually knocks on the barricade.
One of the humans sticks his head up, like the French in Monty Python.
Yes.
Hello?
Allies are here.
Huh? Or what?
Allies.
The cavalry's here.
Right, we don't have any place to question, so,
We'd like to speak to whoever's in charge.
of course. And they seem really harried and are willing to accept any kind of explanation for what the hell's happening. So, nearby, a portion of the barricade swings open. And you guys all slip in, and the thick door slams shut behind you. And you see that there's about 20-25 men, about half of them look rather severely injured. And the rest
Ren-
are looking kind of battered, but healthy enough to fight.
Ren looks down at Saint.
Saint
And she's like,
Saint trots off. And everyone looks at him weirdly, and he gets to work. And in the center, there is this not small, but not very large building. It's about the size of a house. And it was probably like an information hub, like an information booth, once upon a time. At this point right now, looks like it's probably a military thing. So you guys just head on towards that and head on in?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. You head on in, and there's a bunch of humans, a lot of really older-looking soldiers, just pacing around. They clearly have no idea what to do, and they all stop to look at you. And who are you?
We're help.
Of course you are.
We've got about
100,000.
1,100,000 outside. We've got reinforcements to help you.
They're already fighting their way through the city.
Okay. Let's take you to the commander. We're
Excellent.
below our pay grade. Or above, whatever. And they lead you through what is, again, it's like this group of individuals, not a small amount. And they lead you upstairs, and there's this kind of grizzled, older-looking gentleman. He's looking at where a map should be, but there's not a map. He's just staring down at a table. And he doesn't look up when you guys enter.
Ren clears her throat.
He looks up, and Ren, you recognize his face.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
It's your father, and he just looks at you, and immediately his expression goes from like this guarded, I can't speak, hard-guarded expression to something softer and scared. Renswaina, what are you doing here?
Ren's mouth opens and closes a couple of times, and this noise comes out.
And all of you.
Yeah, she's at a loss.
We're
She's
to
here.
help.
She's brought an army with her.
Yes.
Excuse me. What?
We've got an army.
You
A
have
large
friends
one.
in places you didn't know existed. We're here to help.
You know, sure. I'll believe it. Why not? We're all gonna die anyway.
How-
Okay, let's think like we're not going to die anyway. We've got
Now,
11,000 outside fighting their way in here. What can we do to turn this around?
11. That's it.
Like 100? Wasn't it like
Yeah,
100,000?
what
It was like
the number?
it was like 150.
150,000?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, she said that. She said the right
Okay.
number.
Okay, then never
I
mind.
wrote
He's
it
just
down.
like, that's a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
we have a chance. So let's think like we got one.
Well, nothing to lose.
we took back Stillborn on our way up.
He just nods and looks away. He doesn't say anything, but he looks like he's far more readily believing anything you say, Ren. He just shakes his head and, well then, I guess I'll believe you. You and your mystical force that came out of nowhere.
Well,
They're
so-
Oh,
still-
trust me, you haven't even seen the mystical side of it yet.
Sure. It can't be any stranger than what we're fighting now.
It's about on par. But anyway,
Of course you'd have something to do with it.
yeah, sort of.
He collapses into a
Okay.
chair behind him, just...
And okay, what are we looking at here? How
Sit
much of the city has fallen?
city was under siege for about a week, and all of a sudden there seemed to be more of them, and they pushed in and took the western ring and the northern ring. And the southern ring is about to fall, and the center is the only thing that's still standing. As you probably saw, it's not for long. We don't know where they came from.
At all?
They just showed up one day. We have not been able to get outside the city to scout.
Okay. typically it seems that they come through portals. If we can stop the portals, we can stop them from coming in.
I've got no idea what the
Right.
portals are or what you're speaking of.
We don't have time to scour the city for it either.
There might be something I could do, but yeah, we need to know where. Okay.
Where? Do
Tell me about the army that you brought. I need to be able to plan around that before you find any of these portals.
What side of the city did they come in from?
East.
We came in from the east. They're currently meeting forces on the edges and working their way in.
You said 150.
Give or take.
He gets up
Plus.
and starts pacing, and Ren, help me with it. How long do you think it'll take for them to get here? It's about 6 miles between here and the entrance to the East Ring.
Considering the concentration of demons, it'll be a while.
Right, we have to find a way to last for another day then. They've got a day, and then... This is about all we've got out here that isn't civilian.
How many people did they see coming in? Like,
You guys saw like 30 people total.
Jesus.
But there's more than just this. We've got our force. It's about 20,000. That's it.
Where are they?
Behind us.
Alright.
So, you think a day is going to be enough?
I would hope so.
It's going to have to be.
Yeah.
Do
Right.
you think that we can hold out for a day?
We can try. That's all we can do. No point worrying if we can or we can't. We don't have another choice, it seems.
Well, you got us.
He just lifts his eyebrows and doesn't comment on that. So, tell me about these portals. How do we stop that? Whatever they are.
So,
We kill
Okay.
the one who's channeling.
Yeah, there's one that's typically channeling the portal. And if we kill that one, then the portal collapses.
And nothing else can come through.
Yes.
From
nothing
wherever
else
they
can
are.
come through.
correct.
Right, well, how can I help you find this individual?
No. Miss looks like she's thinking a whole
Where?
lot.
And while you guys
You
are
said you didn't
speaking,
have
the ground shakes and shake.
That's a sign that one is opened up.
It's been going on for a while now.
What if...
Can Laffy see if she can try to figure
Ren-
out where the tremor's coming from?
No.
Okay, I'm just.
Yeah, that's one of those things that like modern science has just learned. So,
Ren grabs, like, Ren grabs a piece of charcoal out of
Mhm.
her back.
okay.
Out of her pocket.
Okay.
and she waves Bran over.
Bran comes over.
And she hands him the piece of charcoal, and she's like, "Outline sigil."
Like the whole city.
Yeah, just give me the shape.
Alright, Bran. He draws out the basic shape of sigil.
Okay. Yeah. You do that.
All right, and then she looks at Gerald, and she hands over the piece of charcoal, and she's like, "Outline this city."
Okay. And he does so, and it's just a slightly smaller version of sigil. Like it's basically exactly the same. There's the ring that surrounds the city, and then there's the ring where you guys kind of are that encompasses each district, where there are 4 of them in spokes, and then he also draws the outer 4 that are in the cardinal directions.
Well, that's useful to know.
If this was sigil, where would the seat of power be?
Bran?
What? Sorry, you guys cut out again.
Oh, sorry.
I think
if
my
this
internet's having issue.
all good. If this was Sigil, where would the seat of power be?
The seat of power that's in like the center ring, right?
Yep, smack dab in the center.
Would be the center ring, you know, the place where the master portals and whatnot were.
Right. And then she looks at Laffy and she's like, so if they were using the power of this city, of, say, the volcano, to amplify or enlarge
Wait. We saw, remember, we saw that power from the crystals leading up here. Perhaps we could find
Right.
where that leads.
Can Luffy close her eyes and think and see if she can feel
Yeah.
any necromantic energy?
Arcana with advantage. Okay. You close your eyes. It takes you like 3 or 4 minutes of concentrating on it. Well, they're all speaking, and you feel river of necromantic energy beneath your feet, and it's leading towards the center.
Luffy says, "This is the center. It's in the center."
Well, how about that?
Yeah.
Geralt's
Okay.
just like, when did you get so bloody smart? Your sister would be so proud. And by that I mean pissed.
I had to learn it at some point. It just happened to be when you weren't around.
I thought you said that the center wasn't touched, though.
Are we in the center right now?
You're on like the outskirts. The center's still about 4 or 5 miles away, like the direct center.
Okay. So,
So we need
do
to
you know
fight
if
our
the
way-
direct center has been infiltrated at all?
We've not been able to look. None of my men that I've sent to scout have come back. Can't tell you.
Well, that answers that then.
Sounds
Well,
like we need to fight our way to the center then.
Whatever's in the center is going to be the head, and if we cut off the head, we can potentially stop what's going on here.
Okay, I've got a question. Like, how far away is it from here, and is there like a dome protecting it, or what?
Make a history check for me.
Oh my god. All right. History.
All of you, except for Bran.
Hey.
Aw.
You've never been here before.
Shit,
Yeah,
man.
maybe he could try.
No, you can't try.
Oops, that's, well,
20.
it doesn't
Okay,
matter.
Wins.
Luffy, you stop to think about it, and there was no bubble, but you did see 4 tall, like, just tall, majestic buildings in the center when you guys were here last.
No bubble. 4 buildings, kind of like in Sigil.
Okay, do you know how long it would take to get there from here if we were going, say, I don't know, relatively fast by air?
As fast as we possibly could.
Yeah.
Luffy,
No, wait, I can't get everybody. Shit.
as far as you know, Luffy, it will take about 2 hours to get there on foot. And you don't know any other way unless you have, like, an approximate speed.
Wait, what do you mean approximate speed?
Like, if you're going by air, you kind of need to know how fast you'd be going. Like, at least, like... You can't tell unless it's compared to something. You know
I
on
can't
foot.
tell how fast
Yeah.
we'd be able to go by air, but by
Okay, like
foot it would be 2 hours.
60 feet by air per,
60
I don't know,
feet.
per few
That's roughly
seconds.
the same time.
Yeah.
Okay. So even going over all the buildings wouldn't help.
No, it might just bring us attention.
It might also just run you into buildings.
Okay.
And Julian's just like, don't worry, we'll all make it, right?
That's
guys-
the plan.
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna do.
And Jeremiah clucks and Geralt's like, what the fuck? Jeremiah? The farmer's chicken?
Yeah.
Why is he wearing armor?
He's an
become
adventurous soul.
He's become a bit of a celebrity where I come from.
Where the fuck? I don't care. And Chris pops her out. Heinz! Ah! What
Yeah,
the?
see?
She's a fairy.
Lots of entities you've not seen before
Yeah.
are going
You
to
know-
be helping us.
Up until
Just for
this point,
reference.
Ren hasn't pointed out Finley. Like,
Yeah, he has not taken any notice of Finley.
Yeah.
Walking suit of armor is the least of his concerns. As far as he's concerned, somebody's inside.
yeah.
Just for reference, there's a lot of weird people, strange-looking people. They're gonna be helping you. They're not
As
demons.
long as I can tell that they're helpers, not hurters. Fine.
They're, a lot of them are on flying horses.
Oh.
I know.
You know, after the year I've had, fuck it, I believe you.
There is, and Ren stops and kind of looks at Finley.
He stops to look at Finley too. And, what? You got something to say about your quiet friend?
I don't know. She's trying to read Finley's silence.
Make an insight check. Finley is being very stoic and she is purposefully not saying something.
You know what? I'll tell you about it when all this is over.
Alright. By the way, you're looking at your friend over there. It seems like you got a bit of a secret. You got a lover. Ha! Oh, you always chose the wrong time
Lucky
for that.
immediately looks at Julian.
Julian scowling.
And Ren's like, oh,
They're both very bad at talking about it.
no,
That's a strange suit of armor too.
sorry, my headset died.
Oh no.
And Ren is like, okay, this really isn't the time for this, but and she looks at Finley and she's like, if something happens, you're gonna regret it.
Hi, Dad. Geralt says, what? He looks at you, Ren.
So
I put your daughter in a suit of armor.
thank you, Nuffy.
Is that really you, Finley? And she just kind of nods. And last time I saw you, you were trying to kill everyone. Interesting how this keeps happening. First you try to kill everyone, now you're trying to kill the bad guys, whatever. If you're my daughter, we'll talk later. Right, Ren?
Yeah. Sure.
No fucking
I
running
mean-
away. And Julian goes, I'll make sure she doesn't, sir.
Excuse me.
Wow. Right, Finley walks forward, knocks her on the chest. It's not really a dull metallic sound because the elven armor is kind of pliant, and he says, ugh. Don't fucking die again! I want to at least say goodbye to you this time if you do. And he just turns and stalks off and doesn't say anything more to her, and Finley just shuffles back behind you and doesn't say anything else. Right?
Ren reaches back and like squeezes her hand and then lets her go.
Okay. Yeah, so Geralt, you lot should be off then.
Alright, yeah.
Well, we know how this goes. Everyone follow me. Has Pass Without a Trace worn off yet, or no?
How long is
It
it
only
again?
lasts. It lasts for 10 minutes, right?
No,
Yeah.
it lasts
No.
for like an hour.
Lasts for an hour.
Yeah. Yeah, it's worn off, so you can cast it again if you'd like.
Yep, she casts it again. And when the hour mark happens, because it's 2 hours, she's gonna cast it again, because she
Alright.
can do that.
Alright, I'll keep that in mind. So yeah, you guys You guys just leave Geralt. Good luck. We'll
Just hold out.
do what we can. So you guys head out, and yeah, when you start heading behind the building, there is a large group of men and women, looking very, very tired and very, very haggard, and all capable of fighting, but not for much longer. And Saint meets you
Luffy
guys out
whistles
at
for
the
Saint.
door.
Yep.
Yeah, he runs up, panting a little bit, and shakes himself off.
Luffy's like, you've been a good boy. You've been a very good boy.
He wags his tail and looks. He doesn't look happy about that one.
Oh.
Yeah. And he gives a little bark, and you guys head out. So you start heading towards the center, dipping between buildings and just slowly making your way through, and occasionally you do hear explosions up above you, and you look up and there are buildings exploding and toppling over. There are now fireballs streaking through the sky. There are still the screams of people dying. And there are people holding their own against the demons. They're not wholly defenseless. Some of them have weapons, some of them are using kitchenware. You spot like someone using a rolling pin to bash the head in of a demon.
Gods.
The people are not giving up without a fight.
It's human for you.
The hour mark passes, and you guys all kind of stop for a little bit to catch your breath underneath the awning in a particularly kind of depopulated area. You catch your breath, everyone stretches, and you guys keep going. I need everyone to make another stealth roll.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Okay. The fuck?
Wow.
Okay.
God
Yeah.
fucking-
You guys all you
Either
crouch down
way.
low, and you take your time looking for places to hide. Laffy and Ren, you guys help direct everybody. And yeah, you're making your way through the buildings. You have to occasionally sidestep some of the larger groups of demons. Sorry, I'm checking time. You guys, you're slowly making your way there. It takes a little longer than 2 hours, but not enough for the second pass without a trace to really wear off. I mean, it does, but you are within sight of the 4 large buildings. And they look marred, like the brilliant metal of each one, the brilliant blue, gold, green, and obsidian black. There are chips torn out of it, and some of the metal's been like marred and scraped.
Come here. Sorry.
It's fine. I was just like, what? And Julian stops, and this is an awful lot like Sigil. Huh. There's another earthquake. Everyone make... actually, no, never mind. You don't need to do anything. The ground shakes beneath you, and you all grab onto something.
Mitch just jumps and floats.
Okay.
Like a shit.
And this time you look, and the obsidian black building falls backwards and tips and shatters, and the building itself falls down into what seems like there's a hole in the center now.
Oh
Oh
god.
dear.
Oh.
Mist is gonna Eldritch Sight the fuck out of that shit.
Out of what? The hole?
Like, the hole, the buildings, you know,
The
like,
buildings-
you can tell where they...
I mean, the buildings are magic. The hole is a hole. That's all
okay.
you. That's all you can really see.
Luffy's gonna kind of try to feel for where the energy is going.
Into the hole.
Into the hole?
Yep.
Luffy looks at the others and she's like, that energy is going into the hole in the ground. I don't know how we're going to get into the hole in the ground.
That's alarming.
I guess we'll
But-
find out what's in the hole in the ground.
Yeah, remember before what we found underneath this place?
It's only one way
Luffy
to find
looks
out.
around. Does there look like anything that would lead them underground in the immediate vicinity, aside from the big fuck all hole in the ground?
Make a perception check.
20.
No. It looks like there was never meant to be a way to get under this.
Luffy looks at them and she's like, I can't see anything aside from the hole in the ground, and I don't like that option.
Yeah. No,
Chris is. We gotta go see.
Okay, and Luffy leads them on over.
Okay. You actually have to duck between very large groups of demons. That kind of seem like they're guarding this area. Their weapons are planted in the ground and they're pacing around a few times. And you see some of the very, very large things that you've seen, like I forget their names. Wow. I mean, I completely forgot.
Feshnies,
Yeah, Nalfeshnies,
Glabrizoos.
Glabrizoos, thank you. Some of the larger devils, you see this very large winged one that's mostly muscle and is holding a giant flaming axe. And it's like 25, 30 feet tall.
Does it look like the fucking thing that they saw taking over Krieg's village?
Make a history check.
Here we go. History. God damn it.
You don't remember.
Ren will do that.
Okay. Yes.
Fun.
Ren looks at that and is like, oh shit.
Um,
Isn't that what came out of the portal at Creek's village?
That's what I was wondering. You think so too?
Yeah.
Best not to think about it. Keep on moving.
So the Baylor is not in front of the obsidian building that just collapsed, by the way. That one has things in front of it, but none of them look terribly concerned. Because it's, leading into a fuck off big hole. And it just happened. So you guys slink closer, and one of them turns and almost looks at you. Do you guys go all the way up to the edge of the hole, or do you stop, where the building was? Because when you get up to where the building was, you see that, it literally just tipped backwards, and there's still, furniture all around the ground. There are bodies. Look like there might have been people inside of there.
Jesus.
Yeah, you see, freshly dead people. You see, torn off limbs.
How big is this hole?
You're gonna have to get to the edge of it to see. But yeah, right now you're kind of in the building itself, or where it used to be. There are sufficient ways to sneak through, because again, the whole building basically just lifted up, tilted backwards, then collapsed down into the hole.
Luffy gets closer.
Okay, you approach, and you're still seeing this wreckage around you. And you approach the edge of the hole. And it's 100 feet across to the other side.
Jesus.
And you look down. There's lava down there.
Hey, look. It's like that whole building a city over an active volcano thing.
Yeah, I know,
Right?
right? Who would have thought?
And everyone else is looking down, and they're like, "Oh fuck."
Well, we're not going in there.
The energy, you said, is going in there.
Yeah, that's where it's going. I'm a bit lost for what to do.
Chris is just. I guess we gotta go down there.
But, yeah, how are we gonna go down there?
There's a spell called Featherfall, isn't there? That'll get us down.
Yes?
But there's lava down there.
Mister's gonna. Okay.
There,
Mister's
please.
looking down there. Is there anything else down there but lava?
Yeah.
Make Bran. You're looking too?
Yeah.
Bran and Mist make perception checks.
Okay.
27.
Okay. Okay. You both see that there are some outcroppings that you could jump down to and slowly descend. And Mist, you see something magic down there.
Okay. Mist squints at it. She's like, well, there is something magic down there. Is it right over the lava, or is it?
It is encompassing
wall?
it is encompassing the hole, basically. Like, when you
Oh.
go down there, you will be stepping into something magic.
Oh, okay. She's like, okay, the entire fucking hall is magic.
Maybe
If
this
we're
is
going,
the portal?
yeah, that's what I was wondering. Though we haven't
So-
seen anything come out yet, but
Well, let's go down. I can cast Featherfall on
I
us,
really-
but
you
I'm
know,
gonna need another person.
You know,
to-
I can only think of one thing that might come out of a portal this big.
Yeah, I'd really rather not have that happen.
Chris says, Luffy, I can do it. I can do it. Don't worry. Save
I-
save your strength.
I can also
I
cast
can do it.
something else.
I think we should put our trust in our friend here.
Let's just fucking
Alright,
go, Luffy
okay.
says, and she runs up and gets and fucking jumps.
Okay. Chris snaps her tiny fingers, and your falling speed drops significantly. Do you drift straight down or towards one of the outcroppings?
She's just gonna go straight down.
Oh,
Well,
Okay.
is there lava straight down? Is there?
There is straight down is straight into lava.
Well, then she's gonna go to an outcrop.
Okay. Okay. I was just
Why did
asking.
she go into the lava?
Cause it's Luffy. I don't know.
Common sense.
Okay. So
Yeah, Ren-
Luffy
Ren
jumps
goes
off
out.
and starts floating.
Miss
Yeah.
does that too, and she's like, I don't need anything, I'm fine, to
Okay.
Chris.
She was fine. And Mist, you jump down, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Bran, you jump down.
Okay.
And the other group jumps down with you. And you see that this is actually, once you're down there, it's like an outcropping, but there's kind of a like open area behind you. It's like there are slices being cut out almost, and you guys are at the edge of a slice, if that makes any sense. Like it's kind of like it's like individual large cave structures that don't really lead anywhere. They're just like triangular caves.
Okay.
And behind you is a group of demons.
Shit.
They all turn to look and they all freeze. You guys turn to look and you freeze.
Ren doesn't freeze. Ren is immediately drawing her daggers.
Julian steps
Are
forward,
they
puts his hand on your
surprised?
chest, and you guys keep going. We got this. Julian flips out both of his
No.
daggers.
No, absolutely not.
Yes, go.
I think we should put our faith in our friends here.
Uh,
But where are we even going?
Luffy looks around. Is there anything to see?
there's more down. There's
Just
more like
looking
outcroppings. You can
Okay.
basically like hop
They-
down into the volcano
so they
itself.
keep going.
Okay,
All
yeah.
right.
He's gonna keep going.
But
Alright.
first,
Yeah.
your friends, Julian flips out some daggers and charges in. LMA just unsheaths her axe and follows. Chris floats up and starts flying around, and like you see little like bits of earth floating around her wrists as she starts shooting out little projectiles. And Jeremiah, you see his armor start to fall off. And like Rock Lee dropping his weights, Jeremiah just takes the fuck off
Holy shit.
and is
Finally.
just rocketing into these demons, kicking just a flurry of feathers, and you can barely follow him. He's practically like glowing with this blue spiritual sort of light.
Damn.
Yeah, Ren, it's a really good thing you didn't try to challenge him.
Wow, that's impressive. You guys got this.
And Julian just looks back. You better come back for us.
Oh,
Wouldn't-
definitely.
Wouldn't dream of doing anything else.
He kills a demon and then looks back and just shrugs and says fuck it and runs over and kisses you, Ren.
Oh my god!
Oh.
Ren, I mean, she kisses him back, but she's like completely caught off guard.
And then he shoves you off and runs back to the demons.
Ren's like got a hand over her mouth and she just turns her back on that and like and starts walking.
Bran grins and just like slaps Ren on the back.
Don't
For once, Luffy
Say-
doesn't tease her.
Yeah, Miss just has both hands over her mouth and she doesn't say anything.
Ren's face is like pretty red. I mean, it could be just a volcano, but
Oh my
Okay, so you guys hop back off, and there's no demons on the next escarpment. And it's getting hotter as you guys descend, understandably so.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you don't really let this stop you because, goddammit, you need to see what's happening. Everyone make a quick perception check.
Oh boy.
Ren's best stat. Oh wow. Okay.
Laffy with advantage.
Oh shit.
Well, that doesn't mean shit.
Okay.
Now, does it?
Yeah, sorry. So, Mist and Ren, you guys look while you're descending, and you see something very familiar. You see
Oh,
these
God.
green and purple beams shooting out of the walls. Laffy, you feel that it's very strong necromantic energy, and they're shooting down into somewhere down where the lava is. You can't quite see the bottom yet, but they are like a spider web of energy down into the center of this volcano.
How many beams are there?
12.
Okay.
Um,
Is there any like? Can you see the source where they're coming?
Yeah,
out of
they're just coming out of the... Yeah, you can see, like, where they're coming out of the walls, but it's sheer rock face that they're coming out of. But you guys keep going down. And it's hotter and hotter, and just before it becomes unbearable, you spot something in the distance atop, like, the... you can see what you think is the bottom of the volcano now, where there's, like, this small outcropping that leads out into the lava, and in the center of that outcropping, you can see something. And you guys keep going, and again, it's getting hotter and hotter. And at some point, it suddenly cools off significantly to the point where it's almost cold. And your featherfall's still in effect, and you're dropping and dropping and dropping. And close to the bottom, I need you all to make a perception check.
Oh god.
Okay. Bran, you look up instead of looking down, and you see this kind of translucent, pearly, almost surface above you, about where you estimate things got cold. And it seems curved almost above you. The rest of you guys look down, and you see a vaguely humanoid shape floating above the ground,
Fuck damn it.
arms outstretched. And you don't really see much else yet, but you do see that.
Oh.
Okay, but are the arms in pieces?
You can't
Yeah.
tell. You can't tell yet. You can make out that it is a person.
Okay. Could
Wait, where is he again?
Eldritch
Down in the
Science
center.
users-
So, okay, like,
In the center of the lava?
no, there's like a, there's like a small, there's a small, like, peninsula of, thick-looking rock in the middle of the lava, and he is in the center of that.
How far
It's
is
about,
that?
it's about 30 feet away from you now. 30 feet down.
So, if Laffy were to jump,
Mhm.
could she land?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you've got Featherfall on.
God.
Well, guess where Laffy's going?
Alright.
God
Ren
damn it.
follows her immediately.
Yeah.
Alright, you guys
Yeah.
all just jump off and say fuck it, and you start going down. And as you predicted, Ren, you see a man with gentle features and distended
Yeah.
limbs that have giant slashes in them, and the arms and fingers and legs are all kind of threatening to float away. And there's red arcane energy pouring from his fingers. And Bran, when you looked up, I forgot to mention, you saw that these like purple and green beams stopped when they hit this dome.
Uh-huh.
And as you guys look at him, you all feel this weird like tugging sensation underneath your heart and right in your rib cage, like something's pulling you towards him. There's a soft popping sound in your ears, and it is now cold. He has not noticed you. His back is turned, and across the entirety of his shape, he's not wearing any clothing at this point. It looks like he is being cut into more and more pieces by some kind of arcane energy. And you recognize it as the Lich.
Yeah.
And as you guys touch the ground, his fingers curl in, and the arcane energy just dissipates. And he turns around and notices you guys. And unlike every other time he's seen you, those serene features turn almost wicked. His eyes narrow, his lips pull down into a really harsh frown. And he hisses, "No."
Miss me?
Sorry, were you not expecting us?
It's been a while, hasn't it?
And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
Fuck.
See you next week's stream for the end.
Oh.
Say goodbye to the stream, everybody.
Find out next time.
Bye, stream.
Bye, stream.
Bye.